Drama castle, welcome home. Snakes in the moat, bone ray. I choose violence, yeah, no time for silence. They wish I'd stay quiet. Diet. Fake friends, step aside. Real ones only for this ride. Welcome to the drama castle. Queen ain't no hassle. They wish I would be silent. Ray, I choose violence. My drama castle. I'll be fine. Haters want me muted straight up. Ain't happening, what's up? Crown too heavy, let it drop. My kingdom don't stop. No one tells me nothing. Coming. Welcome to the drama castle. Queen ain't no hassle. They wish I would be silent. Ray, I choose violence. My drama castle. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Haters want me muted straight up. Ain't happening, what's up? Crown too heavy, let it drop. My kingdom don't stop. No one tells me nothing. Coming. Welcome to the drama castle. Queen ain't no hassle. They wish I would be silent. Ray, I choose violence. My drama castle. I'll be fine. 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 Black magic, night walker. She haunts me like no other. Nobody told me love is pain. Oh, black magic, dark water surrounds me like no other. She's got my heart in chains.
We're volatile, I can't call it though. It's like too large a peg and too small a hole. But she cheats and I catch her like the common cold. Last time I broke a collarbone, she tolerable. All I know is that the sex is phenomenal though. We're an unlikely pair, like two different Nike Airs. But I'm the same size she wears, so I think we're soulmates though. People don't like us together, but like we care. Yeah, but God strike me dead. She knows that I would walk over hot coals for her with both of my feet bare. But soon as I ask to hit, it's like she grabs a switch and turns me over her knee, cause my ass is whipped. Yeah, and I got her back on violence. So when she stabs me in mine, it's like I just can't feel the knife. As she pokes, jabs and slices, 1 minute she'll build me up, the next she'll push me down. Probably why she calls me dumbbell. She lifts me up, then puts me down. But I am under her thumbnail, I must be under her spell. It's like looking right into a gun barrel. None of these hoes can fuck with my girl, she got that
black magic, night walker. She haunts me like no other. Nobody told me love is pain. Oh, black magic, dark water surrounds me like no other. She's got my heart in chains.
Wake up, break up, make up like Maybelline. Now she's all made up like make-believe. Probably why she's so fake to me. But what the fuck's it gonna take for me to make her see? Strip her naked and take her keys. I've been planning this thing for weeks, but I can't tell if I'm awake or asleep. But if this is actually happening, sucker for pain. I'm stuck in this radioactive pattern, but her by her motherfucking hair's all I imagine dragging. She lunges, attacks and scratches, but I ain't gonna stand for that shit. Like half of the national anthem as I stab, I'm laughing. So much for witchcraft and magic. Abracadabra, that bitch, no turning back, I'm blacking. As I say farewell to the love of my life, I cut and I slice, I give her one last hug goodbye. Wipe the blood off my butterfly knife. Watch her fucking die right in front of my eyes, but in hindsight, think I just wanted to see what her insides look like. As I pop another 5 bites, that's what this high's like. Look down, there's blood on my knife, shovel at my side, blood on my mic. Now wake up to music to be murdered by like millions of shit. I just want us to kill it, you.
Black magic, night walker. She haunts me like no other. Nobody told me love is pain. Oh, black magic, dark water surrounds me like no other.
Good afternoon. I know, earlier than I'm used to streaming, but if my channel's getting taken down, I at least want to cover this man because I've had requests for a very long time to react, talk about Aaron Fischer. Why Aaron Fischer? Some of you might not be caring to ask. Mainly because Aaron Fischer is pretty much one of those YouTubers who've really grown talking about Zack Snyder's Restore the Snyderverse stuff. Like I don't know. It's one of those YouTubers that is kind of like grifting. Kind of grifting. But he's threatening legal action against some people. Two people who come to my chat too, which is kind of crazy. I didn't know how bad this was getting until last night when I was awake and looking around on the interwebs and seeing that I was tagged in a post where Aaron Fischer is now threatening legal action on anyone who's criticizing him or questioning him in regards to his GoFundMe, in regards to his takes on things. I don't know. It's just one of those things where everyone just likes to throw out defamation lawsuits when they have no freaking idea what goes into a defamation lawsuit. But you know who does? I do. You know why? Because I have been not only threatened with defamation lawsuits, but I've also helped people out in regards to their defamation lawsuits, meaning I had to educate myself all about defamation, libel, slander lawsuits, and why majority of basically what this tactic is a way to silence criticisms. That's literally the majority of the reasons why people threaten defamation lawsuits, because they don't even understand what defamation is. They assume that it's just stops at the defaming, but you also have to prove malicious intentions and damages that the lies have done to you. It's a lot that people don't understand. Nor do they care to understand, but that's why I'm here before my channel gets sniped. I've been getting, the only threats I've been getting lately? Threats of taking my YouTube channel down. That's the threats I've been getting, guys. That one is more possible to happen than somebody filing a defamation lawsuit. So we're going to react to some Aaron Fischer today. And then maybe we'll talk about some, I know y'all want to hear about Rican Ranger drama. That's all y'all care about these days. So we got some updates on that because your girl crashed out. Your girl definitely crashed out. I'm kind of over it. The fucks I give are now down to 0, which means I am on my crazy unhinged era. It's gonna be wild. But hello everybody in chat. Hi, I see a lot of people. Oh my god, what you and your paragraphs, bro. You and your paragraphs. Oh shit, Ray. Who done pissed off today? I just started working and saw the stream pop up. Now I gotta stop work and watch this ding. I mean, you don't gotta stop work. You don't have to stop work. It's okay. You can keep working. Just put your headphones on because I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of cussing. Thank you. This is the point I was gonna say too. Anyone who needs a GoFundMe for anything does not have the money to go to court. That's true. I had a GoFundMe up, but the thing is, like, I got family who are illegal, so I got the discount, because I totally did say I was gonna send somebody a lawsuit. So fairness, that is true. Anyone who needs money, well, the thing too is like defamation lawsuits are probably one of them. The next thing besides that for me personally, like divorce lawyers are pretty expensive, but defamation lawsuits aren't cheap and they're very lengthy. Aaron Fischer thinks that he could file a lawsuit today. I'm like, no, you can start the process today, sir. You can definitely start the process of a defamation lawsuit, but that doesn't mean that lawsuit, that's going to be a lengthy lawsuit because we can get into it, but let me queue up this video so you guys have an idea of who Aaron Fischer is and what he's talking about. Because I just feel like talking about Aaron Fischer today because it's been requested for a long time that I cover Aaron Fischer and his crazy Zack Snyder opinions. So this is Aaron Fischer. He's got 17,000 subscribers. Don't know how he grew so big, but actually we do because he's a Zack Snyder shill. Cultist, whatever. He says he's not, but he has a lot of videos about Zack Snyder and supporting Zack Snyder. Oh, hell no. He couldn't if he tried. He couldn't if he tried. He is threatening to sue 2 people who've come to my chat, Johnny Dome and Critic Chris. They're people who've come to my chat before. They were in my chat the other day. They're subscribers to my channel. So, spoken from experience. Spoken from experience. No, divorces, like messy divorces, yes, they are expensive. Divorce in general isn't, but like messy divorces, if you got kids, yeah, they can be expensive. But all right, this is Aaron Fischer, and he's going to tell us about a movie hubbub goes on the attack and Critic Chris and what he has done. This title is crazy. Crazy title.
All right, guys, I am back with a brand new update. And this is not a video that I want to make. And I just don't like making these types of videos. And it's definitely not going to become a habit on my channel. And I'm going to talk a little bit about DC in this video. So if you are a DC fan, you may want to hear those things. But this is going to be more about a couple of issues I've had with people on social media. And
I have to pause it for copyright reasons. And also because, like, anytime somebody does this, I don't want to make this video. I really didn't want to make this video. I've said it a few times, and like low-key, it's like, I don't want to make this video. I didn't have to. Still gonna though.
And one is going to trail off of that I did earlier this week, and one is based off of a new video that I saw here on YouTube today, which was very disheartening, because as a channel, I don't go around attacking other people or making fun of other people. Now, the pro-gun fans are going to tell you that I attack gun all the time, that's all that I do. And they don't understand the...
Okay, pause real quick. Sir, I have been sent your videos. I have been sent your freaking tweets. It does come across optics-wise. You are definitely a gun hater. You definitely have gone at gun. So don't sit here and say the gun shills, the gun fucking fans. Like, bro, I get called a gun shill or gun fan all the time. You guys were here last time I talked about the Snyder people, and I had them haters in my chat talking about, oh, you're a gun lover and weird shit. I'm like, dude, I like entertainment. I don't care very much who directs it. I just want a good story. But have I been fans of Gunn's work before? Yes. Am I a fan of Zack Snyder's work? Yes. Why can't the two things be true at the same time? Yes. It's weird. These people have this cult mentality, and they put you in categories you never asked to be in. So he definitely has, optics-wise, come across as someone who's not a fan of Gunn and what Gunn is doing over there with DC. He definitely is pro Zack Snyder. You can look at his own channel and his own words that he's put out there to come to that conclusion that he is a Zack Snyder fan. If anything, I put him in the category, since they love putting people in categories, he is a cultist. He is a Zack Snyder sexual. He is a Zack Snyder bootlicker. Okay? I literally can look on his channel and see a bunch of pro Zack Snyder. This is how they can restore the Snyderverse. He is very much one of those people that wants the Snyderverse restored, even though we've already talked pretty much to death why Zack Snyder is not coming back to make ZC films, at least not right now. That, you know, Zack even said maybe we'll do it in book form. They said no, it has to be in movie form. These are the type of people that we're dealing with. Fans who feel entitled, who feel like they deserve everything, and to hell with what everybody else says. What, you know, if you're not in with Zack Snyder, if you don't think that Zack Snyder should come back and restore the Snyderverse, you are not a DC fan. That's the mentality of these type of people. But anyways, let's continue.
Difference. They don't understand that I don't attack James Gunn personally. I'm attacking his professional career and what he's doing with DC, which is disgusting.
Bro. I can see why people wanted me to react to this guy, guys. I don't attack James Gunn personally. I just attack everything that man is doing in DC. You're still attacking James Gunn. Just because you're trying to make it colorful and seem like you're not attacking him by saying, I'm not attacking him personally, guys. I'm not attacking him as a man. I'm not attacking him as a father, as a husband. I'm not attacking him as a guy that gets up every morning and puts his legs in his pants one leg at a time. I'm not talking about him. I'm not attacking that man. I am attacking James Gunn for everything he's done professionally and everything he's doing at DC. You're still attacking him. It's still an attack. It's still an attack, bro. And what is he doing over there that's disgusting? Peacemaker is fantastic. He's doing everything that we loved him doing over at Marvel, except he's a lot more edgier over there on DC. So, like, I don't understand what your issue is, sir. What is your issue with James Gunn? I don't get it.
It's not becoming of the DC brand, and you're never going to change my mind. They seem to think that this has to do with Zack Snyder, that I'm a Zack Snyder-centric channel, and they use, like, the figures I have behind me as an example. Yeah, I love Zack Snyder stuff. I also loved Patty Jenkins' first Wonder Woman movie. I loved, the first Suicide Squad movie, and those things had nothing to do with, they're not Snyder.
Okay, but your channel has a lot of Zack Snyder coverage on it. A lot of your videos on your channel, sir, have a lot of Zack Snyder shit. So hold on. It's not even about just the figurines. Let's go to his channel real quick. I'm gonna do it on my phone. That way it's faster to just look at it. So let's see. Let's go to his channel videos. Let's see. Let's see. Oh wow, he 3 days. You know what's funny? He says he doesn't like making videos like this, but like 3 days ago, he made a video talking about the same thing. The truth about Critic Chris and Johnny Dome revealed. 9 days ago, how the Snyderverse can be restored. WB's up for sale. Stock surge after the announcement. I guarantee you he mentioned Zack Snyder in there. A lot of the stuff he's come out with is definitely been pro Zack Snyder. And a lot of stuff he's been putting out with is a lot of anti-gun. So for him to sit there and be like, why do they think I'm a Zack Snyder simp? I don't know, because probably a lot of your videos talk about how much you want Zack Snyder to come back. And it's weird because, like, he talks about the DC brand. There are a lot of DC fans that actually didn't care for Zack Snyder's films. They thought that it was too dark and that he made Superman a bitch. Like, I don't understand why these fans have to go at each other and be like, they assume that DC has to be one way all the time. Like, the way you look at DC has to be the way we all look at DC. I hate to break it to you, Aaron Fischer, but like, that's not reality. That's not how it works. You don't get to set the stones of what DC brand is supposed to be. Okay? Some people like dark and edgy. Some people don't. Some people like camp and child friendly. Some people like a darker story. Most grown adults that grew up and are now grown, right? Grown-ups like the darker, edgier stories because they grew up on the kiddie shit. Now they're adults. Now they like it when Superman loses his shit and starts like really hurting people. They like seeing Batman kill people. All right? Just because you don't, just because you still live in the friggin' 70s, the 80s, the 90s, just because you still mentally are stuck in your kid era, doesn't mean you get to set the fucking levels of what DC fans are supposed to be, what DC fans are supposed to be the brand. Like, you don't get to decide that. If you don't like it, that's fine. Don't watch it until they get to the point where they go back to what you like. But you sitting here bitching and moaning and complaining, saying, well, I don't like what James Gunn has done with DC and the thing. Bro, DC's been struggling since Marvel came out. DC's been struggling for a while. Sorry, Zack Snyder isn't the blueprint. Zack Snyder isn't the savior of DC. James Gunn might not be either. But again, they didn't want Zack to come back. People over there saying, well, why wouldn't DC want fans money? We're sitting here ready to give Zack Snyder all our money. Yeah? Y'all fucked up with Rebel Moon. Y'all fucked up there. If Rebel Moon was in theaters, I guarantee you, none of those fans would have made that movie money. I guarantee you, if Rebel Moon was in theaters, that would be a real show of how much these Zack Snyder fans love Zack Snyder. Because I'm telling you right now, Rebel Moon was not that great of a movie. Was not one of his best movies. Like, I couldn't sit through it when it came out. I couldn't sit through it. I finished it eventually, like a year later. But I couldn't do it. It was not that good. And honestly, after finishing it, it really wasn't that good. Not one of his best movies.
It's not about Snyder. I loved Superman and Lois. I love absolute Batman with comics. They seem to think they perpetuate this lie that I'm just a Zack Snyder channel or a Zack Snyder fan. And that's never what my channel has been about. It's about being a DC fan. Again,
yeah, I've seen things that you said that are very much a lot of Zack Snyder support. You say it's perpetuating a lie, but again, you can look at your channel, you can hear the things you say. You have definitely talked about Zack Snyder a lot, and especially in the past. When I was first told to cover you when I was going after the Zack Snyder cultists, you were mentioned. Aaron Fischer, somebody I should cover as part of the Zack Snyder cult. Because I've seen the tweets, I've seen clips of your videos. Like, you definitely give off the appearance that your channel is very heavily focused, or at least was at the time, very focused on Zack Snyder and kissing his ass. So, sorry, not sorry. It's not a lie if the optics go against what you're saying. That is what the perception has been about you.
Okay. And so this individual, because of Charlie Kirk's murder, I'm going to tell you who this is. I don't like doing this in my videos. I'm even hesitant to even do it in the first place, but I'm just sick and tired of it. Movie Hubbub, who works for DC. Okay, keep this in mind. He's going to be totally biased. His job is to make DC look good, even though things that are happening now are not good. But
to who? See, this is the thing that pisses me off about fans, bro. This is why movie talk is so fucking gross these days. I don't even like talking about movies with people online anymore. I really don't. I started my channel wanting to do movie reviews and stuff and talk about movies and TV shows that I like. That was short-lived. Because, like, y'all make it so insufferable to want to even talk about movies and shit. Because y'all are the ones killing it. DC is not killing it. You guys are killing it because you're so fucking critical and so up your own asses of what you think these properties need. But yet y'all on YouTube talking about it. Y'all aren't out there making movies. Y'all aren't out there writing scripts. Y'all ain't out there doing that. You're sitting there bitching in front of a camera for 20-something minutes and not changing a goddamn thing other than lining your own pockets. Because you're just as bad as the anti-woke people when you're out there using outrage clickbaiting to get fucking yourself up there. That's exactly what Aaron Fischer is doing. Do I think Aaron Fischer is a DC fan? Sure. Do I think Aaron Fischer actually cares about the state of DC? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because none of the shit he's ever said that I've ever seen him say has been constructive criticism. Most of it has been trying to convince DC, I guess, to bring Zack Snyder back to finish the Snyderverse. Like, okay, I've said this before, guys. Say Zack Snyder comes back and finishes the Snyderverse. Then what? What's next? What's next? The same shit that, guarantee you, if Zack Snyder was able to finish his entire story, everyone would be okay with it. Cool. Then they do what they all do. Reboot. New universe. New timeline. New Batman. New Superman. New Wonder Woman. New Aquaman. Zack Snyder is not going to come back and continue the Snyderverse, and the entire DC is going to be all Zack Snyder. I love that. It's not wrong to want to see characters portrayed as the characters we love. That's true, but it's also wrong for you to decide when those characters need to be depicted on your timeline. And what I mean by that is, like, you guys have gotten your Supermans and Batmans that you were introduced to and you loved, okay? This is a new generation. I've said this many times. The industry are not making TV shows and films for the fans. They're making it for the fans, but primarily making it for new fans, the new generation. Okay? Look at the comic books when they first came out. All right? Superman and all these characters were literally fighting Nazis because of the time. Right? Times have changed. We don't have Nazis anymore. Okay? We don't have Nazis anymore. We have new villains. We have social media villains. Okay? As corny as it sounds. But they need to cater to this generation. Because as we get older, as fans, we are into other things as well. Maybe we're older now. We don't like the kiddie shit. So they'll do a little bit more darker story with Superman. Make Superman more relatable to our generation now, like what we're doing now. Instead, you guys want to go back to the 1970s type Superman and Batman stories, and it just doesn't hit the same because we're now in 2025. You know? So, I mean, I get what you're saying. You guys can still have the characters you love, but you also need to start accepting that you're not always going to get that. You know? And you need to, and if that's not what you like, then okay, just skip it. Like if you didn't like Superman, James Gunn's Superman, you didn't have to see it. But what y'all do is you go see it and you bitch and moan about how awful it is. And then that does what? That's not going to stop them from continuing on using that same actor and making those same stories because it hasn't worked for years. You don't know what you're talking about. The Zack Snyder movement did something. Yes, and I will continue to say the circumstances with Zack Snyder and that whole situation was a very rare situation. Let me explain once again to people who do not know. Let's play catch up. Let's do a history lesson right now, especially since Aaron Fischer's on the screen. Let's do a little history lesson real quick, okay? Zack Snyder was making the Justice League. Zack Snyder had a tragedy happen in his family. Okay? His daughter had passed away, took her own life. Okay? Zack had to step down, obviously, to take care of his family and grieve. The Justice League movie comes out after the company had Joss Whedon come in, fill for Zack to direct. Joss Whedon made a lot of changes to cut the movie short. All right? Movie comes out, fans like, it's okay. But what was Zack gonna do? Time goes on, obviously. Zack's grieving is done. He wants to come back and finish his version. So now, release the Snyder Cut. Okay? Eventually, they release it on HBO Max. For multiple reasons, guys. And I want to be clear. Was the fans pushing this movement contributed to them letting Zack finish the movie? Yes. But primarily, guys, and I really need you fucking Zack Snyder fans to really understand why they agreed to release the Snyder Cut. All right? WB was trying to sell. And not only that, they needed something that was going to be good for them when they went over to HBO Max, the streaming service. So they needed something, and y'all were making enough noise where they said, well, okay, look at how much numbers this Zack Snyder shit's going on social media. Ka-ching, that's money for us on HBO Max. That's going to get people to sign up for HBO Max if they didn't have it already. And what happened? Y'all bought the subscriptions to HBO Max to watch the Snyder Cut on HBO Max. The only reason why WB agreed to have Zack come back and release the Snyder Cut was to get it on HBO Max for y'all to get the subscription so HBO could be like, oh shit, Warner Brothers, you know, we got the numbers. It was all a business tactic. They didn't give a shit about Zack Snyder or what happened to him. They didn't care. They didn't even want him to make the movie for 4 hours. They didn't want the movie to be 4 hours. That's why they were so happy when Joss Whedon cut that shit down in half. Okay? But the fans don't want to hear the truth. They didn't want to hear the truth. Also, yes, to shut them up. 100% Arrow. To shut them up. But mostly because it was financially good because, again, they were trying to sell Warner Brothers. What's going to look good when you're trying to sell a company to somebody else? Look at how well we did on HBO Max this month. They needed to show companies that wanted that, you know, they had to look good. They basically had to clean the house before they showed the house. Like, hey, guys, come over here. Look at this amazing statue made of gold. You definitely want to buy this house. This comes with the house. That's what they were doing. So for you Zack Snyder fans to sit here and be like, well, we made moves. Circumstances were very different. Y'all got lucky. Y'all got lucky. The timing was perfect. That's why the industry listened to hashtag Restore the Snyderverse. Because the timing was perfect for the industry right there. For WB, oh, they were like, you know what? If these fans are gonna subscribe to HBO Max to watch this fucking 4-hour film, let's do it, Zach. It was all about business. It was all about money. But you fans keep making it about y'all. Keep making it about you guys, making it seem like you guys had the most influence. Because I'm telling you right now, you really didn't have as much influence as you did. Because if you did, they would have restored the Snyderverse. There was a reason why they didn't. There was a reason why they didn't. They were trying to sell it. And once they did, they already had plans of rebooting. By the way, even before they sold Discovery, they already had the blueprints for a reboot. How do you think they were able to sell it to Discovery? They had to show them the numbers. You understand how business meetings go, right? All right. No, you guys don't. You're just fans that don't know shit. So what happens, right, is when a company's trying to sell, they have to show numbers. They have to show dollar signs. Why should you buy my business? How is this business you're spending millions of dollars on going to make you more money in the long run? That's what they look at, the books. So what WB needed to do is show Discovery that buying their company is going to get them more money down the line. So, hey, Zaslav, look at what we did over at HBO Max. Look at how many subscriptions we got thanks to the Zack Snyder fans, right? Look how many subscriptions we got from the Justice League, right? Cool. Bet y'all still got HBO Max too, huh? Bet y'all Snyder fans are still watching Peacemaker, huh? And that's what they do. They look at the numbers. So you guys don't understand. And when we tell you this, y'all call us gun cultists, Zack Snyder haters, toxic. Like, no, I'm literally just telling you how the business behind the scenes go because it's basic business. Like, you don't even need to be in the industry to understand basic business practices. And these people don't know basic business practices. They just know that they want their Zack Snyder now. I want Zack Snyder. We want Zack Snyder. That's all they do. It's literally like a bunch of children, bro.
He came into my comments on the video that I did last week about Charlie Kirk and made the comment that, you know, I'm really sorry. I felt bad about Charlie Kirk being murdered, but he made insightful comments. That he did a comment like that. And I had no toleration for that because there is no excuse, zero excuse for violence, none whatsoever. You can't, in the same sense, you're sorry someone's killed, but they did this.
I mean, you definitely can say that, though. I mean, again, so this is what we're upset about, Aaron. We're upset about somebody saying it's sad that Charlie Kirk died, but he did say some crazy shit. That's where you're mad about. Here's the thing. History, sir. People get killed for saying crazy shit. Okay? People get assassinated for saying things that other people don't like. It does happen. Like, again, you're misunderstanding somebody's comment. Listen, I don't think Charlie Kirk should have got shot. Nobody should be celebrating somebody being murdered for an opinion, right? However, with that said, I'm not going to cry about it. I don't know this man personally. Has he said things I don't agree with? 100%. I'm not going to cry about it, but I'm not going to celebrate his death. That's kind of what that comment means, sir. Like, you don't have to celebrate someone's death, but you also don't have to care about it. No offense to you, Aaron Fischer. If you died tomorrow, I'm not going to shed a tear for you. I don't know you enough to care. Sorry. It's just a fact. I don't care. You know, if I cared about you, then I'd cry. It's just insane. Like, if that, like, you have your rights to your opinion, but I think you're being a little too Karen. Like, can I speak to your manager right now vibes? I just know. Hello, can I speak to your manager? This man said that it's not okay what happened to Charlie Kirk, but he said, but there's a but, and there could never be a but when there is violence involved. Yes, there can. Yes, there can. But you're expressing your opinion. That's what the but is. I'm still allowed to say but. Again, this is the problem with Aaron Fischer. You literally project your own personality, your own things onto everybody else. You are not the spokesperson for the shit you talk about. You can give your opinion, but you really ain't the one. Sorry. You know, you can't speak to the manager. Hold on, I see some good comments. Let me take a look real quick. Cultists need to move on. Zack Snyder has moved on. Dwayne Johnson has moved on to maybe winning an Oscar. James Gunn has moved on with rebooting DC. I know. Let's not forget the WB Cartoon Network shows like Teen Titans and Justice League Unlimited. Let's see. I'm saddened about my generation and how weak and soft some of them are. They worry about the silliest stuff. I know. It's actually kind of sad. There are children starving in other countries, but let's bitch about fucking Zack Snyder and James Gunn. Yeah, let's do that. I think it's come to my attention is that this entire fan base is hurting superhero franchises like Star. Yes, 100%. They've been doing that. I'm more bummed that James Van Der Beek has the same cancer that killed Chadwick Boseman. Oh wow, does James Van Der Beek have cancer? That's so sad. That's awful. Let's see. I do know about Charlie somewhat before he passed away. I was shocked that it happened. And one of my friends online was about to meet him next year via America's birthday, but now he wouldn't get that. Like I said, everyone has an opinion on Charlie Kirk. I don't think he should have been killed. I will never celebrate somebody getting murdered. But I understand, and there is a but I do understand why some people are not feeling compassionate. Has he said things that come off very, very bad and hurtful to some people? 100%. So again, I'm not saying that we need to celebrate his death, but I do understand why some people are not showing any empathy or compassion for him. I don't think that people should be expressing that publicly, though, where, you know, his kids and his wife and his family are seeing it, because like they lost a husband, a father, a brother, a son, you know. I think that him, you know, Aaron being very critical on this is kind of crazy. Like, I don't think he should be that pressed about somebody having an opinion about Charlie Kirk. That's all he said was, you know, I don't condone the violence, but, you know, he said, but he has said some crazy things, which is true, though. It's a factual truth. It is a factual truth. I think Aaron needs to stop getting mad over facts.
Not okay. And I told him that. And he got so up in arms over it that he had to do an entire video last week about me that completely misrepresented everything about me. Everything.
Why don't you show the clips of things? See, this is why I can't stand about some YouTubers. Give examples. If they lie, tell us a lie. If I lie, tell me the lie. If you can't tell me a specific lie so I can address it, then you're full of shit.
And I did respond to it in his video tonight. I didn't even know about it. Nobody told me about it. I didn't even know he had made this video. With the way things are, don't you think that's insightful? Don't you think it's dangerous to rile people up like that? And that's going to lead me to my next point.
Before he gets to his next point, you, sir, have been riling up the Zack Snyder cultists and using that for clicks. In my opinion, because this man likes to talk about people lying. Let me always say my opinion. I'm allowed to have opinions. My opinions aren't lies. They're opinions, goddammit. My opinion is that you also have used your platform, built your platform to incite DC fans, especially Zack Snyder fans, into kind of going after James Gunn, because I have looked at your comment section, sir, especially the Zack Snyder videos, sir. And I see a lot of the people, the shit that they got to say in those comment sections, sir. Kind of sounds like you rallying some troops yourself. So I don't want to hear that. YouTubers do this all the time. A lot of YouTubers will definitely use outrage because he just said it. I'm not attacking James Gunn as a person, but I am going to attack him and what he's doing over at DC. Yeah. So are a lot of people in your comment section, sir. Don't sit here and talk about how you're enticing them on because you're doing the same thing over there for your fans.
Okay. I am not happy with what Movie Hubbub did. It's wrong. No channel should be doing that about another person, trying to incite people or get people riled up. They think my channel is just a negative channel, and I'm a review channel, but I don't do other stuff. Freaking A, just over the last couple of days, I haven't even had a DC update for the last 2 videos that I did. I reviewed.
Look, oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's let him go.
The Alien Earth show, and I reviewed I can't even think what the other thing was that I just reviewed. Oh, the Mandalorian Grogu trailer. So I am talking about other things, but it's been decent.
Okay, so if this is my, again, I haven't watched all of his stuff, right? I haven't watched all of his stuff, but from the stuff I have seen, this is kind of on the same levels for me as like Geeks and Gamers, right? For those of you who don't know the Geeks and Gamers channel, if you have way more videos negative about things you're reviewing, again, it's about the optics. So optics wise, his channel, like especially since a lot of his videos have been about the current state of DC, how he's not happy with it. So you admitting that you already make videos, talk about how you're unhappy with what's going on in DC, that's all negative content. That is all negative content you're doing, right? Because most people are watching you for your negative content. And don't tell me that's a lie. Because if you want to take me to court, oh, honey, your channel analytics will expose you on that one, okay? I know for a fact as a drama YouTube content creator that you have a niche, right? You have something that blew you up. It's all of your negative shit you have to say about DC because right now a lot of DC fans share that sentiment. They want Superman, the red, white, and blue version. The all-American hero that is completely perfect and not flawed at all. They want a certain type of fucking Superman that you also say you want, right? So right now, your negativity about DC is probably your most top-performing videos on your channel, right? So yes, your channel is going to be labeled a negative channel when all of your best content is going to be all about shitting on the current state of DC. So that's not even a lie. That's not a lie being said about you. Okay? That's not a lie being said about you. That is a fact. Again, shall we go to your channel and look at your video numbers? Or matter of fact, you could just go to your own YouTube studio and check the analytics. YouTube will tell you what your top performing videos are. And I guarantee you your top performing video is probably something where you are shitting on James Gunn in DC. Sorry. I know that because I know what content gets my channel going. Right now, anyone who knows and been watching, most people come here for my Rican Ranger content. Not a lot of people come here for me shitting on Zack Snyder anymore, but back in the day, I made a lot of views shitting on the Zack Snyder fandom. I'm just saying. But let's continue.
DC-centric, because that's the easiest thing to talk about. And I've discussed that in my channel. So what he did is disgusting to personally attack me, because I don't personally go after people like that. I don't do it.
No, you just threaten lawsuits.
Which leads me to my next...
No, you just threaten lawsuits on everybody. I don't personally attack you guys. I just threaten you with legal action. That I'm going to explain when he gets to it why he ain't going to do it. It's just a threat. It's just a threat. Oh, here's the thing, Eric. I know Johnny Dome has been my chat. Critical Chris has been in my chat. He also has a video on them, which we're going to watch after this too, because they're the ones who actually really turned me on to this. Because like for the longest time, again, remember when I was going after the Zack Snyder fandom, right? People always said, you got to talk about Aaron Fischer. He's crazy. He's delusional. Look at the stuff he's saying. And I'm like, I heard a few things. I'm like, he just seems like a nerdy, lonely dude. Like I didn't want to go at him. I did not want to go at him. right? And I kind of regret that decision because I know that there's a lot of people that don't like this man because he has said some crazy, like, and again, I got to be careful what I say because this man likes to threaten lawsuits. I'm not accusing him of doing drugs, but the things that he has said make it seem like it is on the same level as somebody who might have done some drugs. But I'm not saying he's done drugs. Okay, I'm not saying he is on anything. I'm just saying some of the things that he has said about DC and stuff is something that I would expect to come out of the mouth of somebody who was under the influence of some kind of narcotic. But I'm not accusing him of being on drugs. I want to make that clear. There's no accusation that he's on drugs. I do not know if he's on drugs. I don't think he's ever done drugs. That's just my opinion. And I have to be careful what I say because this man likes to throw out legal stuff on people. Just saying. Is Aaron Fischer not part of Fandom Menace? I don't think so. There's no Fandom Menace. Fandom Menace is gone. They dissolved that a long time ago. Anyone who's still claiming that they're part of Fandom Menace is on some bullshit. Because the Fandom Menace, the original Fandom Menace people don't even do that no more.
Point. And I'm really going to need everybody's help on this. I talked about this in my last video where I told people what the deal was with the harassment and the lawsuit that I'm going to be doing against Johnny Dome and Critic Chris.
There it is.
It's really important to understand who Critic Chris is. Okay. He's all over the comments. He was all over Movie Hubbub's channel making comments. He's in all the anti-Snyder groups making comments. Slav's channel. He does it on
Slav's channel. Wait, where's Slav?
There was something this weekend where him and Johnny Dome get together and they constantly talk about how I possibly committed fraud against people for my GoFundMe. Okay. That is libel. That is defamation. But it is important to understand who Critic Chris is.
Okay, before we get into who Critic Chris is, here's the thing that a lot of people still don't understand. If somebody makes a GoFundMe, I have made plenty, right? You have every right to question and make sure, where's that money going to, right? Now, again, the guys who we talk about, Critical Chris and Johnny Dome, have been in my chat and they discussed this with me as well. And they said, bro, like, he was going on vacations while asking fans for money for his dog surgery, which I also said, listen, life doesn't stop because you have massive expenses, right? Vet bills are pricey, and I'm not judging him for making a GoFundMe for his dog and going on vacation, right? But I can understand why the optics of that never look good, right? They never look good. When you're asking people for thousands of dollars and then you're showcasing yourself on vacation, that's going to make you look a little suspicious, right? If you have money to go on vacation, why didn't you use that money for your dog? That's literally what people were asking him. Now he's taking that as that's defamation. No, it's not. It's a fucking question. It is a fucking question when you're asking people for a large sum of money for something that's important that people will 100% give you money for, especially if it involves children and dogs and animals. You have a vet bill, a lot of fucking animal lovers will 100% understand, especially animal owners will understand vet bills are expensive, even with insurance, okay? So they will 100% give you money. But then they see you going on vacation, which they know also costs some money. Right? Hundreds and hundreds of dollars for you to go on vacation instead of putting that money towards vet bills, right? So to them, they're like, bro, if you're not actually, putting money in yourself, like when you're asking for money, now it looks like you're just having us try to foot the bill. Like, what money did you put into the vet? That's what people are going to ask. And again, it's not defamation. It's honest answer the question. Answer the question. That's it. That's it. There's really no defamation there. So you already lost that case because the other side of the argument is, well, Your Honor, he is asking for X amount of money on GoFundMe, and then he was seen going on vacation while still asking for money. So we're just questioning if that money actually is going to the vet. Like, it's a question. What would you rather them do, Aaron? Report it for fraud, which they could have done. They could have tried to report that for fraud. They had to take it down completely. But instead, they just asked you a question and said, I don't know, seems a little scammy. Because optics, Aaron. It's about optics. It's about optics, okay? Slav here says, I do have an interesting perspective on the dog situation, as I did have a conversation behind the scenes with Aaron and saw photos of his dog before and after the issue. Listen, let me get through this video, because every time I have somebody on, I don't get through the video. And I'm just saying, like, this and again, since I'm kind of like newish to this and y'all are more experienced, let the newbie have a take, because I'm telling you right now, I'm already on y'all's side with this, and I'm new to all of this stuff. So I'm just saying, he ain't looking good right now. He's not looking good right now.
The gloves are off at this stage, and it's important to understand who he is. So if you see him commenting, I need people to take screenshots and send it to me so I can give it to my lawyer. You guys.
Why do you need, see, again, I hate when Movie Hub was enticing a mob, and here he is getting his fans to like do his work. Guys, if you see anything he says, make sure you screenshot it and send it to me so I can send it to my lawyer. Your lawyer is going to tell you that probably you don't have a case, sir. Because he's going to ask you, well, what did you do with that money? Like, here's the thing Aaron's not understanding. Okay? Defamation lawsuits go through a process called discovery, which means once discovery comes out, you're going to have to give out all of your financial information, meaning now everyone's going to see what you spent the money on, where your money went. Then when they ask you, what did you put in to the vet bill? How much money did you put into the vet bill? You know? So again, discovery, do you want everyone to see where your money's been going? Because if you sit there and say, I have receipts and all this stuff, okay, well then you could have easily shown that and shut everybody up yourself. But instead, you're going to take it to legal, which is going to cost you money, which somebody made a point. If you need to ask money from your fans to pay for a surgery for your dog, where's the money coming from to sue defamation lawsuits on multiple people? Aaron, do you understand that you have to find a lawyer and file a lawsuit separately in each state that Johnny's from, that Chris is from, that Movie Hub is from? You have to file multiple different lawsuits, which is going to cost you a shit ton of money that I guarantee you can't afford, because you can't even afford to pay for your vet bill. What are you going to GoFundMe for legal stuff? Because that's what you're going to have to do. And if that's what you're going to do, if your fans are willing to pay for it, go for it. Have fun. But I'm telling you, it's going to probably take a long time, probably about 2 years, for you to go through that whole process, only to probably lose. At least like 2 of those cases. You might win one. But the other people you're trying to sue, and on top of that, what has hurt you, right? Where are the damages? Did what they say hurt your business? Did anything they say hurt you financially? Or do you just want them to shut up because you're tired of seeing it? The funny thing is, you talk about you're seeing them comment on other people's stuff. How about you do yourself a favor? And whoever's sending you all the screenshots and the links to all these YouTube channels talking about you, or the screenshots of people talking about you, tell those people to knock it off. Tell them you don't want to see it anymore because it's triggering you. That's what I do to people when I don't want to see shit. I tell people straight up, if I don't want to see something, don't send me a link. Don't send me a screenshot. I don't want to see it anymore, or I'll block you. Simple as that, Aaron. If you don't want to see it, don't. It sounds like you kind of want this. You kind of want this attention, because I don't understand why you can't just tell people to stop sending you the shit. I got people sending me screenshots of what Chris is saying, and Johnny and Slav, and they're sending me links to Slav, and I'm watching all of it. I'm just getting so mad. I've been doing this for a long time, Aaron. And let me tell you, I used to be that person. I used to literally look my own name up in the search just to see what people were saying about me. And I would always respond. And then guess what? I learned not everything and everyone deserves a response or reaction, because that is what some people want out of you. So don't give it to them. But instead, here you are crashing out threatening lawsuits, especially defamation ones, which makes you look like a bully. If anything, you're trying to bully your critics. You're trying to bully people who are questioning you about the legitimacy of money you are asking people for. You look like a bully, not a victim. Just putting it out there. Cry bullies are a thing, guys.
You have to understand why I'm making this video. He has harassed me for the last year and a half.
Harassed. I love it when people say harassment.
These meals changed everything for me.
I got rid of my YouTube premium, guys. I was not paying that money a month.
Most of it came about the time I had to get the FBI involved last year with a death threat on my channel, which is completely unacceptable. He was one of the individuals being looked at because you want to know what he was doing? And I can't.
You know what's funny? Hold on. Did he just say that somebody gave him a death threat and he's blaming it on somebody else? That he, like, bro, when I talk about defamation, you literally accuse somebody of making death threats at you, but you don't know if that's actually the person. Because I guarantee you, like, where's the proof? Hold on, let's go back and listen to that again, because I just want to make sure I heard that correctly.
One of the individuals being looked at because you want to know what he.
No, hold on, let me see. Let's go back.
Most of it came about the time I had to get the FBI involved last year with a death threat on my channel, which is completely unacceptable. He was one of the individuals being looked at because you want to know what he was doing. And I'm not going to show the stuff.
Which is funny because he says the FBI was looking at it. FBI don't give a fuck about people getting threatened online. Like, I know you're lying. I want to see proof of that claim that the FBI, even though a lot of people, they have websites, right? Cybercrimes. A lot of people are like, oh, we're going to contact the FBI. Everybody thinks the FBI, because the FBI is supposed to handle cybercrimes. A lot of the times they don't. I'm telling you for a fact. Like, I have literally made reports. Other people have made reports. And notice how nothing has happened. The FBI does not care about mean words on the internet. When they talk about cybercrimes, you contact the FBI when there's some cyber crimes involving sex trafficking or child endangerment. Okay? That is the main two things that the FBI really will pay attention to, is if there's involvement of sex trafficking or harming children, the peddle rings online that exist, drugs being purchased and stuff online. Like, those are the crimes that FBI actually cares about. They don't care about your hurt feelings on the internet because somebody told you to off yourself or said they were going to hurt you. That's your local authorities you go to. Again, these are people who don't understand anything. You do not go to the FBI when somebody threatens you online. You go to the local authorities, usually in your state, but you could also try and contact the person if you know what state they're from, what town they're from. You could also do that. But you don't go to the FBI, and the FBI is not going to look into anything. They're really not. If you happen to have gotten somebody at the FBI and told you they were looking into it, I guarantee you they probably fucking didn't. FBI rolling their eyes. You're calling us and wanting us to waste our resources because somebody threatened to harm you over the internet that probably lives halfway across the fucking country, dude? Really? Really? Now, again, not saying that death threats are cool. Threatening people's lives is kind of fucking bitch made. I have done it myself when I'm angry. So I can tell you straight up, it is a bitch made thing to do. It's somebody just talking shit and not backing it up. Anyone threatening to kill somebody over words on the internet deserves to get roasted. Myself included, when I get triggered and say I'm going to gut somebody like a fish. 100%. 100%. But, like, again, not saying it's okay, but I've gotten death threats. I just laugh at people. I'm like, please, I got a death wish. Come do it. You be doing my ass a favor. What? I don't got to pay bills no more? What? I don't got to go hungry no more? I don't got to worry about getting a meal tomorrow? Like, yeah, come take my life. I'm done. Like, what? I think death threats are hilarious. I think death threats are funny to me at this point because I've gotten death threats and I laugh at them. Like, all right, come do it. And then what? Nothing happens. I'm still here. Oh, wow. It was just a fucking pointless threat. You just tried to sound like you was crazy, but I'm actually crazy. So I out crazy you all day. Death threats crack me up, man. When somebody's like, I've had somebody threaten to R-word me and I was like, I wish you would. Give me an excuse to take one of my blades. I got a lot of katanas in this house, man. I got a bat right next to my door. Come try. Give me a legit justified reason so I can fuck somebody up legally. I wish somebody would try me. I really would. That's what I tell people all the time. Please threaten me. Make that threat come to fruition. That's what I think with threats. People that get upset over threats online, like, I get it. It's kind of crazy. It's unhinged. But, like, I have not taken a single person threatening someone's life seriously because I have yet to really see it. You don't see many people acting on those vague threats. Not saying, again, it's okay. I don't think it's okay. Nobody should be threatening Aaron's life. Clearly, he's scared, right? But at the same time, Aaron, the FBI ain't going to help you. The FBI is not going to help you. The FBI is not dealing with crimes like that. They're not that. They don't deal with actual threats like that. You got to call your local authorities and let them know in case something happens to you. You always let the local authorities know. Go into the FBI. I don't believe for a second that the FBI was looking into anyone online for saying that they were going to hurt this man. Because trust me, I made reports like that in the past too. They don't do shit. They don't do shit. I didn't even get an email back. But anyways, I had to go on that rant because every time people talk about, oh, FBI does not care about this shit.
I showed a little bit about what he sent me in a video that I did in the past. He literally would go to every single one of my professional accounts and start making comments about me being a fraud, that I'm not who I say I am, that he was doing it everywhere. He was doing it on Instagram. He tried to, Instagram blocked him. They actually kicked him off. He tried to do it. He did it on my Facebook business page. He tried to do it through LinkedIn, but I blocked him there. He was going everywhere. But it wasn't just that. He would call me in the middle of the night and leave me disgusting messages on my phone. He would...
Not gonna lie, though, in Aaron's defense, never thought I'd say it, but, like, if somebody actually is doing all that, that is a little crazy and unhinged. Don't do that. That's a little crazy. That, like, Aaron, that's when you go to the local police station. You can file... See, again, I don't care for Aaron Fischer. He sounds like there was a reason why people wanted me to react to him. He's kind of low-cal material. But in fairness to him, that is a little fucking crazy. And I'm just going to keep it real. Aaron, what you need to do is you need to go to your local authorities. You can, if you know who this person is, if you know this is the person that's doing this, you can go to your local authorities and file a harassment complaint. I'm pretty sure every state has those, so you could definitely check your thing. But, like, I know out here in Massachusetts, we can file harassment complaints. Pretty sure you can file a harassment complaint, but you go to your local authorities. You don't go to the FBI. You go to the police, and you let them know. You bring all the evidence and stuff, and you let them know. And you could also get a TRO on somebody, and then you could turn that into an actual restraining order, which means that person can no longer contact you, whether it's online or whatever. And if they do, then you can take them to court. You need to at least know the steps. This man already jumping to defamation lawsuit. Like, bro, you have better chances of winning and saving yourself a lot more money going through the path that I just told you to do, which is a harassment complaint. You can do a restraining order. That's probably where you should probably be starting, not jumping to a defamation lawsuit, because that is going to cost you way more money, and there's a 50-50 you would actually win. He said that he would win that case. I'm telling you, bro, when it comes to defamation lawsuits, it's not as easy as you think it is. It is not as easy as you think it is. So
send me texts. Not texts on my phone in the middle of the night. He would email me, sending me disgusting emails. He was literally stalking and harassing me until I cut him off everywhere. So then what does he resort? Because he can't communicate with me directly, he starts going around with Johnny Dome telling people I committed fraud with my GoFundMe, which is a freaking lie.
So here's the thing. Both Johnny Dome and Chris came to my chat, and what they said to me was not that you committed fraud. They said that you might have. And they also stated that the reasons why they felt that way, which is, again, you had to GoFundMe for your dog, and then you were seen around that time going on vacation, which again doesn't necessarily make it a scam, but it does raise questions like, why aren't you using that money for vacation to pay for your dog? But I've already stated, like, just because you need money for other expenses does not mean your life has to stop, right? But the optics of it do not look good. Okay, that's where my opinion on it is. But again, they're not saying that you did scam people. They said they felt like you did, or the GoFundMe felt like a scam or seemed like a scam based on this opinion. So I wouldn't necessarily say, for me, I'm sure maybe and other chats are going around saying that you scam people. Cool, sure, but did you scam people? Because, like, even though I'm new to this, now I'm sitting there thinking, like, number one, if you went on vacation, cool. Why would you show people that you're going on vacation while you're asking people for money? That just seems like you didn't think that through. Like, I don't know about you guys, but if I'm asking people for money for, like, my dog, I'm not showing y'all I'm going on vacation. I'm not showing you guys and bragging about me buying boba tea when that money for boba tea could have went towards my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, the optics don't look good. The optics don't look good. Lunchbox says, there's a simple solution to this problem. Don't start a GoFundMe for something you don't intend to use the money for. Then post pics of your vacation. That's that simple. I mean, that's kind of where a lot of these people are at. Like, again, that's not going to really help you in court, because, like, that's what they'll say. So, Mr. Johnny Dome, Mr. Chris, why do you believe that Aaron was scamming people from the GoFundMe? Well, Your Honor, he was asking for X amount of dollars from his GoFundMe, and around that time, he was posting videos and pictures of him on vacation. So it kind of was a little weird. And then okay, Aaron, did you take any of the GoFundMe money to go on vacation? Now that's where it would be like, if he could prove that, cool. But at the same time, you're arguing opinions versus facts. Okay, so if people are giving their opinions based on these facts, that is not defamation. They're not going to hit him with defamation, right? All they'll say is you need to stop saying he's a scammer. Because, like, what do you intend to get out of this? The only thing that you're going to get out of this is to get them to agree not to say that anymore. You're going to waste money, Aaron, because what are you going to sue it for? You have to prove that damages were done now, right? If you want some money out of this, you're going to have to damages. I guess the only thing you could really get them on is they'd have to pay for your legal fees. Sure, you could do that. But again, how much money are you willing to waste for the off chance you might lose a case? Because again, you're wanting to threaten at least two people right now. That's two separate filings you're going to have to file, which is going to cost you double the money. Double the money. In two separate states. It's not a smart tactic. Like I said, you have a case with what you just said about the harassment. If you know for a fact that Johnny Dome or Chris were the ones that were harassing you, you need to go to your local authorities and file a harassment complaint or get a TRO. That might turn into an actual permanent restraining order. You're not even doing it the right way. You should probably talk to your lawyer about that, because your lawyer is probably going to say, yeah, let's do a defamation lawsuit, because your lawyer knows how much money he's going to get from you for that lawsuit, which could take years. I'm telling you, it's a lot faster of a process to go through the harassment order and the TRO than to go through a defamation lawsuit. I'm just saying. Just my opinion.
I'm done with these individuals. If you do not agree with me on movies, that is one thing. But to personally attack me like that, I will not stand for it. Nobody should stand for that. It's not okay.
Aaron, welcome to the internet. You are a content creator. Criticisms and critics are going to be very harsh. They're going to be very harsh. They're not going to hold their punches because the anonymity on the internet. I'm sorry. I agree. I don't think people should be getting attacked on the internet. But here's the thing. You also have people in your comment section attacking people. Right? Now you're playing the victim, so your fans are going to be like, oh, that's so sad. Now, like, literally, I had somebody in my chat, Aaron, that have been going after Johnny and Chris. They came into my chat, called me a gun lover, made some weird comments. You go to their channel and they have a bunch of videos now attacking these two guys. So again, if you are sitting here on the stance that attacking people online over opinions over movies is bad, cool. Have that same energy for what's happening with Johnny and freaking Chris, because now they're being attacked because of you. Goes both ways. Goes both ways. And I'm also tired of people being attacked over movie opinions, but at the same time, some people deserve some pushback. I don't attack, I push back. I push back on people who call me all kinds of fucking names because all I said was the Snyderverse isn't going to continue. The Snyderverse is dead. How dare I? How dare I? Now I'm an anti-Zack Snyder. I'm an anti-Zack person. I'm a gun fucking cultist. I'm neither of those things. I love Zack Snyder movies. A lot of Zack Snyder movies I loved. Rebel Moon, not so much. Sorry, not one of his best movies. Just being real. And I like some James Gunn stuff. But again, this is the internet. You gotta adapt. Thick skin. Just, I'm not saying you deserve to be bullied and harassed like that. Like, no one deserves that. If people are calling you and leaving you voice messages, that's crazy. How they got your phone number is pretty crazy. And that alone, you should be going to the police. You should be going to the police, not the internet. The court of the internet is not going to help you.
And yeah, I'm worked up because this brings up all the memories of what happened a year and a half ago. And these people are trying to take the high road, acting like they're the good ones. No, I do not go after people. I think that is wrong. It is messed up and it's wrong. Critic Chris and Johnny Dome have no idea how much trouble they are actually in for their behavior.
Okay.
They have no idea.
Okay.
But I'll let the courts deal with that.
This isn't just a wallet, it's a rare find.
This is not just a wallet, this is a rare find. He's gonna let the courts deal with it. Okay. Okay.
All because they don't agree about movies. There is something wrong with people who do that. I have had a right to talk about James Gunn because every damn fear that I had about him taking over DC has come to fruition.
I'm sorry. Oh, I have to laugh. Like, this is insanity. Every fear about James Gunn has come to fruition. What has James Gunn done, dude? What has James Gunn done? Oh my God. What does James Gunn actually have done, dude? James Gunn is making movies and TV shows. What has he done? What is so bad about his projects, bro? I need to start watching more of Aaron's freaking content, clearly.
Superman was the most generic superhero film I've seen in a decade.
But isn't that what you fucking... Oh my God, I can't. This is why I don't do movie talk. Bro, everybody for years, especially like when I got into the whole movie talk stuff with the DC stuff, it was around the Zack Snyder thing, okay? A lot of these panels that I was on, a lot of friggin' fans of DC wanted this Superman. Wanted this Superman. What are you talking about? They wanted the Superman boy next door type of Superman. Like, what do you mean generic? He was literally probably the best OG style Superman. What do you mean? What was wrong with the Superman? I saw the Superman film, and again, I'm not like, it has nothing to do with James Gunn. Like, the Superman that we got was not bad. He did a fantastic job. I think the actor did a fantastic job as Superman. I thought the story was pretty good. It was pretty good. And they started it like, Superman been active doing his thing for a while. We didn't get the stupid boring ass origin story. It was not a bad movie. We got a Superman that a lot of fans of Superman wanted to see. They wanted to go back to the colorful, not dark and friggin' emo Superman. Like, I liked Henry Cavill's Superman because it was dark, because it was more mature, okay? Because Superman was very, very flawed. This Superman, okay, this is my movie talk. This Superman movie, I liked it because it did bring Superman back to being a little bit more of like his nice, heroic, I'm not learning how to be Superman era. I'm already Superman. This was more about him trying to figure out who he was as a Kryptonian versus a human, right? That was his only real struggle, is him trying to basically, like, the conflict of him being a human and why he's on Earth, right? That was the whole premise of the story, figuring out who he was. Not Superman trying to figure out how to be a superhero. Not Superman trying to be a superhero. Superman was trying to figure out who he was as a person. What his goal was. He's fighting for humanity. He finds out, oh shit, the entire message I was given to serve humanity. Oh, I was supposed to enslave it. My bad. I didn't know the whole time I was doing it wrong. You know, so I would say that this Superman was probably a really good Superman. It's like old schoolish Superman stories. You know, again, we have Superman trying to figure out who he is versus Superman trying to figure out how to be a superhero. Which again is fine. Aaron, if you don't like the new Superman, go back and rewatch Man of Steel or something. Like, I'm sorry that you're not going to always get the Superman you want. There is a Superman catered for every kind of DC fan. You are not the law and rule of what Superman needs to be for DC fans, bro. I'm sorry. You can have your opinion, but you're going to have people like me push back and be like, no, I disagree. Now, I'm not going to attack you for that. I'm not going to attack you as a person. I'm not going to call you stupid. I'm going to call you nitpicky as hell. Because a lot of people, especially Zack Snyder lovers who loved Zack Snyder's Superman, it's like, bro, you can enjoy Henry Cavill as Superman just as much as you can enjoy David, I don't want to butcher his last name, as Superman. It's okay to like more than one Superman. But no, this is why fans like this get, I guess, attacked, because y'all come off as gatekeepers. When you cover your videos and make it sound like your opinion is the opinion of the masses, like the masses are going to disagree with you. That's why people come at you, Aaron. I've seen a lot of stuff you say. You come off as somebody whose opinions are like, no, my opinion outshines everybody else's. I am the ultimate DC fan. I know better than you. Anyone who comes off as they know better than you is going to get attacked. I get attacked all the time for my takes. And I'm not sitting here like, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. No, everybody has a right to opinion, including giving you an opinion on what they think about the shit you're saying. Okay? If you, again, I don't think anyone should be harassing you, especially in real life, calling your phone. I don't think people should be making death threats on you. I do think that there's a level that fans do take it too far. They get way too passionate and they say crazy stuff. But you know what? Sometimes that's going to happen, Aaron, and you need to just boss up. You need to boss up or get yourself an attack dog or something. Because I'm telling you, you come on the internet, you give your opinions, you are opening yourself for this type of attention. Unfortunately. And if you think there's something you could do about it legally, unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, you're really not. To me, it just sounds like you're using threatening lawsuits to shield you from people criticizing you and making people afraid to criticize you. And it's just not going to work. And even if you are successful in filing a lawsuit on Johnny, on Chris, you're still going to have people criticize you. Matter of fact, it's probably going to get worse because now people are going to troll you harder. I'm telling you the right way to go about it. And I always try to give people some actual advice, but they don't want to take it because I'm criticizing them at the same time. But I'm telling you, you need to go to your local authorities and file a harassment complaint on the people who are actually harassing you and calling your phone. That's number one, because that is taking it too far. The defamation lawsuit, again, you can go that route, but it's going to cost you way more money than I think you realize. But let's continue.
Most generic. It's a dud. Creature Commandos. What a disgusting way to start the universe. And then you follow up with...
What's wrong with Creature Commandos? I actually like Creature Commandos. and FYI, I would say James Gunn started with Peacemaker because he did Peacemaker before they officially kept him on to be running DC. But Creature Commandos is actually a really good show. Again, if you like the darker, edgier superhero stories, Creature Commandos is fucking fantastic. I actually think it's a really good show, and it's animated. Why do you care? And if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's on HBO Max. Who cares? It's not in the theaters. Who cares? You don't have to take your kids to go see Creature Commandos. You don't even have to watch it. Like, I don't know what the big deal is. I don't know what the big deal is with him and Creature Commandos. Because, I mean, James Gunn started with Peacemaker and Suicide Squad. So.
Peacemaker season 2 with a full-on orgy in the first episode. What the hell has DC become?
Again, these are TV shows you don't have to watch. Peacemaker is a pretty interesting character, but oh no, a grown adult doesn't want to see orgies. oh no, because like it's not like Peacemaker wasn't being degenerate in the first season or anything. They just upped it up a notch in the second season, but for the most part, like we didn't have to see John like piping down anybody. I mean, for Christ's sakes, the very first season of Peacemaker, he basically picked up a chick from the bar and we literally watched them get freaky with it. So like, I don't understand why the orgy is like your big no-no. Like, who cares? Who cares about an orgy? And it wasn't even like they showed that much. Who cares? It's Peacemaker. Season 1 was just as edgy and fucked up as anything. Like, what do you mean? I don't understand why he just can't watch it. Like, why can't you just skip those ones? Oh, well, if he doesn't like edgy, too bad. Like, that sucks for him. Peacemaker isn't, like, the thing about Peacemaker is he kills people. He's not a superhero. Like, if you don't want to see that kind of stuff, like, he's an anti-hero. Like, hello, guys. Peacekeeper is an anti-hero, and he's mad that an anti-hero is doing anti-hero things. Like, if Superman was involved in an orgy, you have rights to be upset. If Batman was, well, Batman would probably be in an orgy, not gonna lie. But like, if Batman was doing orgies, I could understand. They're heroes, right? They're supposed to be doing heroic things. Peacemaker isn't a hero. Creature Commandos aren't necessarily heroes. Creature Commandos is basically the Suicide Squad, by the way, guys, just so you know. That's basically what Creature Commandos is. Suicide Squad, but with new people. It's not Harley Quinn and all those guys. It's different characters, okay? So why are you complaining about anti-heroes doing anti-hero things? You do understand that the orgies and all that stuff is to emphasize the fact that Peacemaker is not a hero. He is not a hero. And it's also showing how low he is because he's gone. Like how upset he has been with everything that happened in Peacemaker 1. Like, I don't know why people get so upset about certain scenes where they're just not really paying attention to like the story behind it or understanding why it's being, I don't know. Like, a DC fan should be more understanding of the anti-hero stories they're telling. You know? It just makes no sense why you're a DC fan and you don't understand anti-hero, you know. Woo! This is good. This is the tough one. This is a tough one for me.
What does it become? That isn't the content I want to take in.
You hear him? That's the content I want to take in. It's not about you, Aaron. You are not the only DC fan that exists. I love Peacemaker. I think it's a great show. I like Creature Commandos. I think it's a great show. You are not the end-all, be-all of decisions of what DC should be. What has DC become? Something for everybody. Something for everybody. They got their kids shows. They got their adult shows. You don't want to watch the adult content? Go back and watch the kids shows, Aaron. You don't get to decide what fans can consume or what fans want to consume. You are not the one running DC Studios to make those decisions. You are not a fan that speaks for all of us. You don't want to consume it. That's fine. I am excited for Peacemaker Season 3. Okay? I love Peacemaker. I think it's a great show and I'm enjoying it. What you're talking about is taking away my enjoyment now because you're uncomfortable. I'm so tired of these people doing this bullshit. Just because it makes you feel uncomfortable doesn't mean you get to want to take it away from me. That's why I'm getting mad. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Good for you. Don't watch it. Turn it off then. It's not for you.
It's not the heroes I read.
Okay. Aaron, I would love to know if you actually sat and read a Peacemaker comic book. Let's look up Peacemaker. Peacemaker in the comics. Let's see what Peacemaker was in the comics. He's probably a lot more tame, but let's see. Let's see. Okay, DCEU portrayal. In DCEU, Peacemaker is a member of Task Force X Suicide Squad who is sent on a mission. Motivations: he's driven by desire to achieve peace, but his methods were brutal, often involving killing. I want to see what his original character actually was like. Let's see. The character features the character would feature in a short-lived comic run and would later be revived after DC Comics acquired Charlton's comics character. This revival saw a change to his character, depicting him as a violent vigilante haunted by ghosts of his past. Peacemaker would see a brief comic run and would later be killed. Though another incarnation, Peacemaker would follow Smith's incarnation, would later be revived from the dead and act as a mentor to the third Blue Beetle and the Blue Beetle. Okay, so in the comics, he had a very short-lived. He was very short-lived. First appeared in Fighting 5, number 40, in November 1966, and was created by writer Joe Gill and artist Pat Boyette. Smith was depicted as a pacifist, willing to do anything to bring peace to the world. Okay. The character would feature in a short-lived comic run and would later be revived from DC Comics acquired by Charlton Comics. So originally, he wasn't even like a long-lived character. He wasn't even the character that was there for a long time. Though largely forgotten following the 1980s Peacemaker's appearance. So Aaron's issue is Peacemaker had a short appearance in DC Comics for a little bit, and then he came back as an anti-hero. I mean, I don't really think the thing that's funny about these people is I don't really think that they were huge fans of the characters they claim they are. Like, I don't think anyone really, for the most part, as far as it reads, do you think a lot of people really remembered Peacemaker in the comic books in the 1960s? Do you think anyone really remembered Peacemaker? You know what's funny is I feel like James Gunn is probably more of a DC fan to dive in and bring Peacemaker back from the grave, because clearly what we just read is Peacemaker wasn't even that popular in the comics. He was not a big popular comic book character, and yet he comes back in brought back to life on the big screen for Suicide Squad, and he's an anti-hero, and now that's a problem. Aaron, did you even read any comic book that had Peacemaker in it? Did you know who Peacemaker was before it was in the DCU? I don't think you did. I genuinely don't think you did. I think you're just a fan of the comics and want everything to be like the comics, and I hate to break it to you, it's not going to be. It's not going to be. It's not going to be.
And my channel was never just about Snyder. It's never just been about one vision. But yes, I want to see the completion of that storyline. What Zack Snyder did was freaking amazing.
It was. And then WB said, we need to sell this company fast. We're not going to spend thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to make more Zack Snyder films. It's cheaper to reboot. Deal with it, dude. Deal with it. It was cheaper. They weren't going to do it.
And had the studio not gotten involved, we wouldn't even be where we are today. But they did get involved, and they could.
If the studio didn't get involved, sir, the studio's the one that has the rights to the IPs. They're always involved. Zack Snyder does not have the rights to DC characters. What do you mean? The studio is always involved because they own the rights to the characters. Right, this is what I'm saying. The fans always do this shit. If the studio hadn't gotten involved, the studio owns the rights. The studio always is involved. The studio hired Zack Snyder in the first place. Aaron, they were trying to sell the studio. They were not going to put money into another Zack Snyder film. Sorry, Discovery needs to make money. They already spent money to buy Warner Brothers. They needed to make money. They had to cut whatever money Zack Snyder was going to make for the next movies. They needed to reboot. They had to cast new people so they can pay them less money. Do you think Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, friggin' Jason Momoa, do you think those 4 actors would come back and do a Zack Snyder film for less money than they did the previous ones? Because every movie they were in, they renegotiated their contract and got more money. Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ben Affleck, their net worth alone, Discovery was not going to pay them more money to come back and do these films. So they needed to cast new people that they can pay less money to make these stories. That's just the business side of it, and you fans don't understand that. It takes money to make money. It takes money to make money in this industry. Money that Discovery already paid to buy Warner Brothers. Sorry, but that is just the reality of it. And when people try to explain that to fans like you guys get mad, tell us we're wrong, and yet we've been nothing but right about that since we started telling y'all that. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit.
Continue to be involved. And these same people will keep defending the studio.
Bro, the studio owns the rights. There's not defending the studio. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. The studio owns the IPs.
The studio is the problem. The
studio is a problem.
Gunn is the problem.
James Gunn is
It's not people like me. It's not people like me talking the truth.
It is people like you that's a problem. It is people like you that's a problem. Here's why you're the problem, Aaron. Because while you're sitting here and bitching about how the studio is a problem, how James Gunn is a problem, you're still watching these DC things that they're coming out with. You're still buying the merch that they get a cut of. You understand that these companies that make these toys that are behind you are licensed, right? It's a license, it's an agreement. DC, Warner Brothers gets a cut of the profits of the toys that are literally in the back room. The back, like right behind you, DC gets a cut of everything you buy. That is why you are the problem, sir. Because instead of doing the thing, you want the companies to listen to you? Do you want the studios to listen to you? Stop giving them your money. Stop giving them money. The moment the money runs dry, they got nothing. They have to listen. You need to talk to the studios in the same language that they speak. Money. Money. These companies are not in the business to make you happy. They're in the business to make money, to take your money. So yes, you are the problem, Aaron, because you are not talking in the language they understand. The back, everything in here right now, all those toys in the back that you have, all those toys in the back you have, is proof that you don't speak their language. I've been saying this to the Zack Snyder fans for so long. Y'all want the industry to actually take you seriously and listen to you. Stop spending your money going to the movies to see Superman, to shit on it. Stop spending your money on t-shirts and underwear with Superman and Batman logos on it. Stop going to the friggin' GameStops and buying the figurines and the pops, because DC is making money out of all of it. Warner Brothers is making all that money, and you guys don't listen, and you keep doing it, and then keep wondering why the industry does not take y'all seriously. Aaron, you hate DC right now so much. You hate the way DC is going, and you hate James Gunn, yet you have an entire wall behind you of probably hundreds and hundreds of dollars you spent on those action figures that went to DC, that went to James Gunn's pockets. How are you going to say you hate this man and what he's doing over there, and you're giving him money? And then they tell you you're wrong when you tell them that. It's business. That's literally what is going on. And you guys just don't want to see it because it's coming from somebody who's yelling it at your face. Because I've learned to stop talking to these people because they don't listen. I feel like I have to yell at them like they're children. I have to yell at them like they're children. Because they don't listen like adults.
If you don't like it, that is your problem, not mine. This is exactly why I don't talk about other channels on my YouTube. I'm above that.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Every content creator should be above that.
I'm a drama channel, honey. I'm not above that. I make my money on doing this stuff. That's what I do. I'm not above it. I'm a commentary drama channel. That is literally what I do. Talk about other people and make a few bucks doing so. It is what it is. Until it bites me in the ass, that's just what I do.
Unless it gets this serious. See, Movie Hubbub could have sent me a private message.
Oh, God.
Telling me his feelings were hurt and maybe we should talk about it.
I mean, somebody could do that, sure, but they don't have to. Here's the thing again that people don't understand. You don't owe anyone a conversation. You don't owe anyone a conversation. You can react the way you want to react. Like there's no like he could have done that, sure. Movie Hubba Bubba. I like that version. I like that name better. Movie Hubba Bubba. Hey, Movie Hubba Bubba. What's up, Movie Hubba Bubba? How you doing? Hi, my name is Ray. How you doing? Nobody owes you a conversation. Movie Hub does not owe you a conversation, though. That's the crazy thing. You don't get to determine with people how people want to engage with you. Like he could have, if he respected you. Clearly, he didn't. Just saying.
He's more concerned about that comment I made about Charlie Kirk than he is about these individuals going around claiming I committed fraud.
Okay, so isn't that good, though, that he doesn't care about that situation? Isn't that what you want, is people not to listen to people saying that you committed fraud? I'm confused. What are we supposed to care about more, guys? The potential that he potentially, allegedly committed fraud, or the dude being upset about the Charlie Kirk statement? Because, see, you know what? Here's the hypocrisy with what Aaron just said, right? I'm going to flip it around on him, right? Because he just said, well, Movie Hub, he could have just messaged me about how he felt and how I hurt his feelings. Instead, he did a video about it. Okay, by that logic, Aaron, you could have messaged him about his comment he made about Charlie Kirk. Why didn't you reach out to him and tell him how upset you were about that comment? Oh, did you do that? Did you message him about that comment? I'm confused. Where did the comment come from? I'm just saying, this is kind of like weird. This is a weird, with two grown adults arguing over opinions on the internet. Ryu said, thank you so much for $10. Not going to the spot fund to help your girl out. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Right. So people need to focus on him doing allegedly for, I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening. This guy's all over the place.
But it's time to take the lid off of all this and talk about who Johnny Dome is, who Critic Chris is.
Yeah, let's get into it. Who
Movie Hubbub is.
Yeah, who's Movie Hubbub?
Disgusting behavior by all of them.
That's it.
All right, guys, if you guys see anything posted out there, please keep me informed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need to have all this stuff buttoned up for my lawyer. I'm tired of being harassed like this. I'm tired of it. It is harassment. When it goes above and beyond the YouTube channel, it is straight on harassment. And with the atmosphere the way it is everywhere, you cannot incite people to do something. It's
like he just incited people to like follow everybody talking about him, though, right? The irony. You know what's funny? Like, he says it when it goes beyond YouTube, right? So I guess you're harassing James Gunn because all of your YouTube content is going after James Gunn. You talk about James Gunn on your Twitter. I'm sure you talk about him other places. So I guess you're harassing James Gunn. So James Gunn, you need to file a defamation lawsuit against Aaron Fischer. Oh, wait, Gunn doesn't care about you like that, bro. Because Gunn is actually making videos and movies and actually doing stuff, while you're sitting there bitching about how he's killing the franchise when y'all are contributing to that death of the franchise. But anyways, this has been fun.
It's just wrong. It's wrong. A whole freaking video about me because you don't like my opinion? Because you got hurt about a comment I made?
Again, he's new. He can't be this new to the internet, guys.
Really? Shame on you.
Oh my god! I bet you he goes to
All
church
right,
on
guys.
Sunday. I bet you he goes to church on Sunday. I bet you he goes to church on Sunday. He looks like the type of guy who definitely wears socks with his sandals, y'all. I'm telling you, he definitely wears socks with sandals. All right, so that's that video. Yo, I can't, bro. He definitely wears socks with sandals. Yo. Oh, I swear too much for him. He could not react to my content because he definitely he wouldn't do it. Too much bad language. Good. But he probably would do a video saying, there's another one now. I'm gonna sue her too. Good luck. I'll anti-slap the shit out of you. And no, that's not a threat of slapping physical thing. If you guys don't know what anti-slap is, it's a law. It's a law. Let's see. I saw a video about him saying who are the truth about. Okay, we're gonna do the truth about Critic Chris and Johnny Dome. Oh boy, I'm excited for this one.
I'm being told this is legal emo from.
I'm excited for this one. Sorry, that the commercials, y'all. The commercials, they're killing me. All right, hold on. Let's react to the truth about Critic Chris. Oh no, come on, computer, what are you doing? Computer was being weird. All right, let's react to this one.
All right, everybody, I am back with a very quick update here on this Monday morning. Yesterday, I posted a short on YouTube that...
Damn you, internet. Stop it, internet. Stop it. Stop. Come on, play. Play for me. I'm curious now. Like, my internet don't even want to hear this bullshit. Hold on. Well, we're going to wait for this to figure out what it's doing. In America, you can sue anyone, but most of the time it doesn't work. Hence why even most corporate level suits are settled. Yeah. I mean, pretty much, but what can you do when it's coming for you? Play. Why don't you want to play? What the hell? Play. All right, hold on. Let's really refresh because clearly it don't want to play. So let's refresh the page, see if that'll help. Mute it real quick just so that the friggin' commercials don't kill your ears because them commercials be annoying. All right, let's refresh the page. All right.
Very quick update here on this Monday morning. Yesterday, I posted a short on YouTube that has finally exposed two individuals that have been harassing me all over YouTube for the last 2 years. And I have put them on notice that they are going to get sued if they don't stop what they are doing. And I'm going to explain to you what the situation is. And so if you're not interested in this, just click off the video. I will be back here today with a...
Ironic that he says, if you're not interested in this video, click off. But he can't click off a Peacemaker or Creature Pandas or anything in DC he doesn't like right now. Like, take your own advice, sir. If you don't like DC where it is now, just don't watch it right now. Find something else to fulfill your entertainment or something. Play some video games, smoke some weed, chill out. Like, you don't have to watch everything going on with DC. A lot of DC fans feel like they have to watch everything DC. Like, you don't have to watch it. Okay? I didn't really care for a lot of DC shows. I didn't think Batwoman looked good. Here's an example of a fan of something, right? I'm a fan of DC stuff, right? Batwoman came out on TV, on CW, okay? I didn't watch Batwoman. Till this day, I refuse to watch Batwoman because it looked like shit. I had no interest of it. The only time I ever saw anything Batwoman related was in crossover episodes in The Flash or whatever, right? But for the most part, I did not care for Batwoman. So I skipped it. And I never watched Batwoman. See how easy it is to look at something in DC and say, nope, that's not for me. I don't want to watch it, and not watch it. And I'm not sitting here making videos and complaining about how DC fucked up Batwoman so bad and blah, blah. No, I don't care. I just skipped Batwoman and watched everything else. See how I can pick and choose what parts of DC I can enjoy? Why can't you fans do that? Why can't you guys just pick and choose which DC stuff you like? You don't think Superman looks good? Don't go see the movie, but you all did. You all did just so you can go online and bitch and complain about it. You're grifters. You're bad actors. You're bad faith actors, in my opinion.
Regular DC update, and I also have to come on and talk about my feelings on the new Star Wars, the Mandalorian Grogu trailer released this morning for that film, and I've got to talk about my feelings on that as well. So we'll have numerous videos coming out. But I want to explain what is happening with these two individuals, and I'm about to make them famous because
you mean
this is obviously what they want. And I'm going to show you what one person posted about the video, and it just blew me away. Okay. So first of all, these two individuals, let me show you who they are. First up here, we have Johnny Dome, and you see him at Johnny Dome, 1N. He is here on YouTube. He has 1.2 thousand videos and only has 367 subs. He says, I love talking about DC Comics. I do movie reviews. I love talking about life. No, what this individual does is he goes around attacking individual YouTubers. You could see numerous videos and shorts that have to do with me. Like this individual absolutely hates me. And
okay.
Did you know that simply choosing products from Israel can help?
No, we do not do this. What are you doing? Okay, let's see. Johnny Dome. While we're looking at this commercial, we're gonna pause this real quick because I want to look up Johnny Dome's channel. Okay. Where's Johnny Dome? All right, Johnny Dome videos. My opinion 13 days ago video. My opinion on Greg something's Beast Boy fired. Toxic versus non-toxic Snyder fans 13 days ago. Superman criticism response 2 months ago. Now let's go to the YouTube shorts. Let's see. At Mr. Phenom, Lex Luthor has a father. Snyder fan hypocrite. Hold on. Let's listen to this.
Constantly say that James Gunn fans kept pushing the box office thing. It's like,
okay, there's a video here where he's not even talking about Aaron, guys. Hold on. Let's find some videos he's talking about.
So I watched the Lethal Geek podcast.
Okay, now he's talking about Lethal Geek podcast. This is Johnny Dome. I'm on his YouTube shorts because don't forget, Aaron's saying that Johnny Dome has been harassing him and has been doing nothing but talking about him. I just scrolled through Johnny Dome's page. I'm on the third video. Lethal Geek podcast, Snyder Cult.
So I really want to.
What are your thoughts on Superman? CS, the director, loves to cope. That's about somebody else. This is him reacting about comics, about crazy Zack Snyder fans. This has nothing to do with Aaron. Another short about, here we go. Cut from my review, Aaron Fischer. So this is like, I think the 6th video down where he's actually finally talking about Aaron Fischer. Yeah, I don't see as much Aaron Fischer talk on his channel that Aaron is claiming he has. Maybe Johnny deleted some. I don't know, but I'm literally scrolling down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The 12th video that he's posted on YouTube short, he is addressing Aaron Fischer. So I don't see why Johnny isn't allowed. And let's see, what does he have to say about Aaron Fischer? Let's
Just because harsh critic says close your wallets, no Snyderverse, no money, yada yada yada. Let's do something like more gun versus more money. Open your wallets, or like something like that. I really don't know what to actually put for the.
Okay, so I guess not even really even talking about that.
So
I'm very confused. Like, I don't see the issue. I don't see the issue. I'm really not seeing the issue. But anyways, let's continue.
And it shows in what they post, and obviously he's got the nice picture of James Gunn right there. Now let's look.
See, disingenuous. That dude. This is why I can see why people go after Aaron Fischer. Okay, hi, Aaron. Notice how you only pointed out that Johnny has a picture of James Gunn. Who is next to James Gunn? Interesting how you didn't bring up who's standing next to who else is in that picture. That's really interesting that he said it like that. Oh, look, notice how he's got James Gunn in the picture. Crazy, huh? But who's standing next to James Gunn in that picture? Zack Snyder. Crazy you just decided to not bring that up, though. Interesting. Almost like you were trying to paint a narrative that Johnny Dome is a big James Gunn fan and not Zack Snyder, even though Zack Snyder's right there.
Look at the other individual. This individual, his name is Critic Chris. Critic_Chris. This individual was one of the individuals being looked at by the FBI last year, because last year, when the FBI got involved in some of the death threats I was getting from this one individual, this was one of the individuals that was actually being looked at.
Okay, and did the FBI find that this individual was the one that was involved with the death threats? Because you're not talking about that either, Aaron. Find that really weird.
Because he had spammed every single professional account I have. I have all of the receipts. He was sending me disgusting texts on my phone. He was sending me disgusting emails. He was sending me messages through Instagram. He tried to tag me on LinkedIn, and I had to blog him there.
See, I'm starting to feel like, I mean, it could be true that this is the same person, but like he says that, hey guys, somebody made death threats on me and I got the authorities involved, and he was one of the people that was looked into, but you didn't explain if that person was actually the person. Did the FBI find that Critic Chris was the person who sent you the death threats? Because you're not saying that, which leads me to believe you're full of fucking shit, in my humble opinion. You're full of shit.
Block him there. This individual was everywhere trying to attack me on every front and passing out lies. You could see that he has one single post on his channel, and it's about me. He also,
which was posted 10 months ago. Last 4 images are Aaron Fischer being toxic. Aaron Fischer doesn't anyone or personally attack anyone, whether he's on YouTube, Twitter, or anywhere. To know how he supports Ben Affleck calling him a communist, or maybe it's all for show for like/subscribe to his channel. So who cares? He made a post 10 months ago. He made a post 10 months ago about you and only said that here are images, examples of you being toxic. Okay? And if he has those images, that's not defamation. If he's saying that you're being toxic and shows examples of you being toxic, not defamation.
Has one single video, and let's see what it is. Here it is. It's one video specifically.
One video he made a year ago. A year ago.
Talking about me. Okay?
So?
That's it. This is all this guy. He says, I'm a simple movie TV show buff plus critic that gives the positive and negative opinions. You know what he does? He doesn't give positive and negative opinions about anything. He likes to attack individuals. And he said,
I've seen Critic Chris in my chat, and he's been pretty positive. See, this is what I'm saying. This guy, I can see why people want me to react to him. He doesn't have good faith arguments. He's using a video that somebody posted a year ago. A year ago. Okay? A video the guy posted a year ago, and a post he posted 10 months ago, just saying these are examples that Aaron Fischer is toxic. Here's a few images, guys. These are examples I'm giving as to why I believe this man's toxic. And you made a whole video to react to this. Now, again, if these guys are commenting on your shit, cool. Just block them, dude. Just block them. Block them. If you're getting real life phone calls from Critic Chris, call the authorities. Going to YouTube and crying about it is not it. I've been down this path, bro. I had to learn this myself. You don't respond to the trolls. If you have trolls and you have haters, you don't always have to react to the haters. You're going to make it worse for yourself because you're going to get more haters now. You're going to draw more attention to yourself, and the actual real crazy people are going to start fucking with you now. What up, Real Anarchy? I'm sorry, but this has been so fucking... Bro, this whole thing is insane. I can see why all of the people wanted me to react to Aaron Fischer for so long. And I did it because I kind of felt bad for the dude. I'm like, listen, he kind of comes off as somebody who ain't ready for me. And clearly, as we're watching this, he ain't ready for me. If he thinks Johnny Dome and Critic Chris are bad, bro, I'm very harsh with my words. And I don't hold back on nobody. So the fact that I'm reacting to him right now, I guess lawsuits coming my way too. Good. Take a number, Aaron Fischer. I got so many people who've threatened me with lawsuits for the past few years. Good luck. Good luck.
Had some disgusting things about my family. I have kept every single thing.
And why haven't you shown it for context for people watching? Why do people have to just take your word for it? Because I'd like to see the proof.
That he has sent me, and he doesn't realize the can of worms he has possibly opened. Now let's talk about what these two individuals have been doing. Okay, so let's talk about what these two individuals have been doing. About a little over a year ago, it was July of 2024, my dog, my lab, the only dog that I had at the time, ended up having a spinal stroke, which was a very scary situation where we had to take her to the emergency room. And I set up a GoFundMe because she really needed to have a CAT scan and possibly surgery on her spine, which did not end up happening. Okay. We did not get enough money from the GoFundMe to even get the CAT scan done. And so I set up the GoFundMe, which is still up, and I am still paying bills from the vet and the neurologist and the things that we had to do to get.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so the story here is the animal needed a CAT scan and some other stuff done. Cool. But he didn't raise enough money in the GoFundMe, so that didn't happen. So, like, yeah, the question is, like, why didn't you use your own money to get that? Like, I'm confused. So I guess if that's the case, like, did any, because, like, I'm confused. Like, so are you saying that money didn't not go towards the bills or not? Because you're saying you're still paying for it. So it's assuming that the money you raised for the, even though it wasn't enough to get the scan that needed to be done for the dog, did that money go to the bills you're claiming you're still paying for? Because, like, that's kind of questionable. Because, like, if that's the reason why you're saying it, I understand why people say it's a scam. Because, like, you raised money, you didn't get enough money for it. Did you hit the goal? Like, I need to understand. I need to research this more. Because, like, I'm starting to see why people are saying this could have been a scam.
Our dog checked out. So what are these two individuals doing out there? They have been on numerous platforms, and I have screenshots of all of this. They have been on numerous streams here on YouTube telling people, floating around the idea that I scammed people out of money. They tend to think that because I bought a toy and I showed it on social media that I could have paid these thousands of dollars worth of bills because I bought one toy. This is their line of thinking, okay? But it gets worse than that because they sit there and they're telling everybody that I actually scammed people out of money. And unlike a normal person who would contact GoFundMe to let them know that possible fraud has occurred, they want to dig my name. They want to drag it through the mud here on YouTube and on Twitter. It's what they want to do.
I wouldn't say it's dragging. I think it's more like, from what I saw, I was questioning. Because again, if you're asking for money on GoFundMe and you're buying toys, it's like, yeah, optics.
They have attacked my family. They have attacked my job. I was actually on Slav's Free Talk to basically get those.
Wait. What? Wait, what? I'm confused. Slav's Free Talk. Shout out to Slav's Free Talk that you mentioned. Hold on.
Individuals off my back, and I showed Slav some putting out as rumors. I am done with the personal attacks from these individuals. They're going to get sued if they keep perpetuating these lies. I did not scam anybody out of any money. You can contact GoFundMe and claim that fraud went on, and you're going to look like the dumbest mofo on the planet because we have receipts of everything that happened, all the doctors we saw, the bills we had to pay, and you're going to look like the most stupid individual on the planet. If you keep perpetrating these lies out there in the internet,
my thing is like, bro, like legit, if it was that deep, again, all you have to do, if you have all of the all you have to do is show it then. Like, here, shut up. Here's the bill for the doctor. Redact all the personal information, right? Here's the bill. This is what we paid for. Show the GoFundMe. This is what we got, and this is what, like, it's really easy to disprove that, you know. But my thing is, like, did anyone ask for refunds? No. Okay, who cares? Did anyone stop giving you the money? No. Okay, so who cares?
You are going to get sued for defamation and libel. I actually had somebody in my comments today say, I don't agree with this. It's free speech. That is not free speech. When you hate somebody so much that you are going to make up lies about them and spread them all over these different live.
Again, somebody who doesn't really know things. Aaron, free speech means you have the freedom to say it. That's all that means. It's still free speech. It is still free speech. That is free speech. Free speech means that you could be a racist and say that somebody is the N-word with the hard R. You can say that. You have the freedom to say that. You 100% have the freedom to say that. You have the freedom to be a racist, hateful bigot. You do have the freedom to be that way. You do not have the freedom from consequences, though. That's the difference. I think that's what you meant to say. But, like, yeah. Right, like he does about James Gunn. Exactly, I agree with that. Yeah, freedom of speech means you have the rights and freedom to say things. That doesn't mean there's freedom from consequences, which I think was what you meant to say. But again, it is freedom of speech. Now, again, bro, people have a right to question you about the legitimacy of crowdfunding, okay, of anything. When I have made numerous GoFundMes to help me with some financial situations that I've been in, I'm still in. I still have a GoFundMe up now. I'm very transparent with everybody. I tell everybody what that money goes towards. It's going towards my bills. Some once in a while, you know, I need to eat. I might use it for food. But everybody knows that my GoFundMe is there to help me with my financial situation. So that I didn't get, you know, vacated from my home because finances, shit happens in life, man. So I'm very transparent. And if people ask me, hey, where's all that money going towards? I say it goes towards my internet bill. Some of it went towards the rent. Some of it went towards feeding me and my dog. You know, that's what it's meant for. That's what I'm spending it on. And trust me, with my boba tea addiction, people know that some of that money definitely went towards boba tea. But, like, I'm open and honest with it. And if somebody asks me to show receipts, then I will do that because they donated. It's their money. Now, if Johnny and Kristen donate, I get it. But still, questioning the legitimacy of a crowdfunding thing is something that happens. People should be making sure to ask these questions because there are a lot of people that are scamming and taking advantage of their communities 100%. What is up, Toronto Freddy? Thank you so much. Yet another piece of shit with my name. God dang. I'm about to claim defamation for these fools dragging my name. I'm aware he spells it Aaron. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But we're almost done with this video.
Streams and on people's channels to try to attack those individuals, that is libel. That is defamation. That can get you sued. You cannot go around doing that. That's why there are laws for that sort of thing. These two individuals think they're being funny. It's not funny anymore. This isn't okay. Their hate is so deep that they want to go at personally, and I have had it. You cannot go around making lies. You cannot smear my name in the mud like this without me coming back after you. I'm done with it. I am absolutely done with it. The questions that they are asking are none of their business. They did not contribute to my GoFundMe. It does not concern them. It has nothing to do with them.
Okay, perfect example. Okay, let's go back in time, a little history lesson again. So during the Zack Snyder movement stuff, right? After the Justice League, the Snyder Cut was released, one of these major users, I forget what it was, I think it was like Geralt's of the Snyderverse. Some of y'all that are in tune with the Snyderverse lore know who that is. So that person made fun of me asking for like, I think it was like $1,000 and said that the money was going to go towards billboards and, you know, events for Zack Snyder fans and trying to get Zack Snyder's, you know, universe released and stuff. And that person got a couple $100 of it. But it was kind of weird because, like, okay, well, why weren't you still promoting that? Like, why wasn't it funded? Because you would think that the Zack Snyder fans would have jumped on that opportunity to give you $1,000 for billboards and shit to put out there to, I guess, promote hashtags and shit. Cool. Whatever. Now, I covered that because it came to my attention and I was like, that looks like a scam to me because, like, why are you, like, what are you asking money for, really? Like, why $1,000? How much money, like, do you need to do all that? Like, why don't you break it down? You know, things like that is something that you should question, obviously. So I didn't donate to it, but I still question. Now, something for like a medical bill or things of that nature, like, normally people wouldn't question that because people would want to really believe that you're actually using that money for its intended purposes, especially, again, when it involves children or pets or cancer and stuff like that. Like, people will do that without question because you don't want to be the asshole that questions somebody about something serious like that, right? So most people won't question that. But it's okay to question it when, again, somebody is asking for money for medical bills, but then, like, bragging about buying a toy. Like, I would say that the priorities to me would make you look kind of like weird. Not gonna lie, I'm not saying you've scammed anyone, by the way. I'm not accusing you of scamming. I'm just saying that this is why it looks kind of scammy territory. Because, like, you're asking me for money for your dog. I have a dog. I'm 100% gonna donate, right? But then you're bragging about toys you're buying or going on vacations. Like, dude, like, asking for money means, like, you don't have the money. You need help getting the money, right? Because, like, for you, you're looking at your budget. This is how it works, guys. All right, my dog, Baby. Hi, Baby. How you doing, mamas? Now, Baby has to go and get surgery. Surgery's going to cost, like, $2,000, all right? Now, I only have $500 that I could probably put in because I have to make sure I have money to pay for my bills, to make sure I have a roof over my head. So I have $500 I could spend. So I need the difference, right? So that's where I'm going to make the GoFundMe. That's where I'm going to get my number from. Is like, hey guys, I need like $2,000, $3,000, whatever. I need $2,000 to start, right? For this. So now I'm just going to ask you guys for $1,500 because I'm going to put in the other $500. Now, if y'all see me doing it that way, right? This is how much I'm putting in my own money. This is what I need for the rest. The other money I need for food and stuff to keep my roof over my head, for my bills and all this stuff. Cool. So the dog can eat whatever. All right. That's one thing. But now if I'm asking for X amount of money asking for the whole $2,000, whatever I need for the dog, and I'm over there buying toys and buying boba tea, and it's like, but your dog, why isn't that money for your toys going towards your dog? You know, I'm gonna look at you and think you're trying to like just make me pay the bill, right? Don't get me wrong, I don't mind helping people. If it's an animal, 100%, I don't care. I will do what I like. I would definitely donate if like this dude's dog, you know, I would donate and not give a fuck. I don't care. It's more about the dog than it's about me. But at the same time, people have rights to question that if you are asking for a lump sum of money and you're over there buying toys. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like people are going to look at you and be like, bro, like what's more important, the toy or the dog? That's what I'm going to be looking at. So again, optics did not help you in that situation. Maybe don't basically show that you're spending money on friggin' stupid stuff. And I'm going to say it's stupid stuff when you have a dog that needs to be treated. And you sit here saying, well, we didn't even make enough money to get the dog treated. Well, maybe that money you spent on that fucking toy could have went towards that. So you didn't have to like not get the thing you needed for the dog. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, that pisses me off. Cause like, bro, if my dog needs surgery, everything, I'm selling shit to make sure I have money to get the test needed to make sure my dog's okay. I will sell my car. I will sell my toys, my action figure. I got little figurines that are worth money here. I'd sell all that shit. I'd sell my PlayStation. I'd sell whatever I needed to sell to make sure I had enough money to get what I needed to make sure my dog was okay. In addition to asking for money. All right? So I'm sorry, Aaron, you're not looking like the good guy here when you're sitting here like, well, I'm being harassed and bullied and they're saying I'm scamming people because I bought a toy. Bro, you're asking for money for your animal, which you literally just said you didn't even raise enough money to get the test needed for that animal while you're buying toys. While you're buying toys. No. I'm sorry. You're not looking like the hero of the story right now. I'm sorry. I love animals. Like you prioritize getting a toy over the dog, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Anybody sees these two individuals out there saying something about me, personally, professionally, whatever it might be, you need to send me all of those screenshots. Critic Chris seems to think that he's got me under his thumb. He's got nothing. If I show everybody everything that he has done to me, it is full-on online harassment, which I could have sued for.
Hold on. I love this. If you get sued for this video, will you make a follow-up or would you stop there? Oh, I'm not going to get sued. I'm not going to get sued. What he, again, no offense to Aaron when I say this though, but bro, you couldn't even afford your medical bills for your dog. You just said in this video, you're still paying for the bill for your dog. Where is the money coming from to sue Johnny and Chris and then a third person if I'm going to get sued in that, right? There's no way he's filing a lawsuit on two people, let alone a third. So I'm good. I'm good. He's not suing me. A lot of people, like bigger content creators, have threatened to sue me for defamation lawsuits before. And they do have the money to file a lawsuit. Notice they didn't. Okay? There's no way he's suing me because he's definitely not got the money to sue. Defamation lawsuits are expensive as hell. I've already explained this. He has to find out where Johnny lives, what state he's from. He has to find out where Critic Chris lives. I guarantee you both those gentlemen do not live in the same state. So not only does he have to pay to file a lawsuit in both of their respective states, by the way, because you have to sue them where they live, not where you live. You have to sue them in their states and take them to court in their jurisdiction, which means you also have to find a lawyer who can file in those states, which is extra money, by the way. Filing in your own state is definitely cheaper because you already have the jurisdictions. You have to find a lawyer who has jurisdictions in each person's respected state. Or you have to find a lawyer in that state, which is extra money because now you have to probably pay for two lawyers. Right? So again, you can threaten defamation lawsuits, Aaron, but it's just an empty threat because I know for a fact when you say you have a lawyer, does your lawyer have jurisdictions to file lawsuits in other states? Because also, you have to find out who Johnny Dome and Critic Chris are to serve them anyways, which means now you have to pay your lawyer extra fees to basically have them doxxed. right? And even then, that's not guarantees you'll find them. So now you're going to have to spend all this money to not only file a lawsuit in their respective states, but you need to find out which states they live in. You have to find out where they are at. So he is just literally making threats and trying to scare them into silence. That is all Aaron is doing, is he's trying to scare them into silence, because I know for a fact you can't just give your lawyer information and say, hey, these guys are harassing me. I want to file a defamation lawsuit. It's not going to happen overnight, number one. Number two, you have to find out who Johnny Dome and Critic Chris are, where they live, so you could properly serve them, which again is going to cost you a fortune to have your lawyers get people to basically have them doxxed. You need to find out who they are first, which is again why I've never been sued. No one has successfully doxxed me yet. So that's my long-winded answer of that man ain't suing me. He's barely even going to be able to sue the two dudes he's claiming he's going to sue. He ain't suing me.
Over a year ago, but I've been holding on to everything. If he wants to go down this path, that is what is going to happen. So these two individuals need to knock off their bullcrap about attacking people personally on these platforms.
And see, this is another reason why he's full of shit. All right? If you're actually going to file a lawsuit, you don't announce it to these people. You don't make it a threat. He's literally threatening a lawsuit if these guys don't shut up. That's what he's doing. If you guys don't stop talking about me, I'm going to file a lawsuit against you. No, sir, you should just do it. I get tired of people making, no, just do it. Just do it. Now, I get it. I've done it myself where I told a certain somebody, if you're going to make some t-shirts with my face on it, I'm going to file a lawsuit 100%. Because I don't want that person to do that. And I'm trying to let him know, like, I don't want to go that route, but I'm gonna. Right? But at the same time, a defamation lawsuit, the defamation lawsuits suck. I listen, I tell people, unless it's actually causing you damages and you can prove that, definitely file. You have a case because it's hurting your fucking business. But if it's not hurting your business, you don't really have much of a case. It's your word versus theirs. And you're going to spend a lot more money fighting than it's worth. Just saying. It's going to cost you a lot more money than it's worth. Whether you ask people for money for it or not. Do you honestly think, Aaron, that people are going to give you thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to fight a defamation lawsuit on two people? Maybe. Maybe. But all that money just to lose? You better make sure damn well, if you are going to do this, you better make damn sure you win. Because your entire audience is going to be so upset if you lose.
We're talking about movies and TV shows, not people's personal lives. You guys don't want to know what I think about either one of you. It's just freaking crazy what happens here.
I want to know what he thinks about him. Like, this is why wouldn't you tell people what you think about him? Oh, I'm not like that. I don't want to attack people. But you kind of been attacking James Gunn and acting like you're not.
On social media, these two individuals should not even have channels on here. It's all that they do is go after individuals.
That's his
that
next goal
isn't
for me.
Okay.
Yep.
Enough.
That's
enough. All right, guys. I do appreciate the support. I will be back with those other videos, hopefully later today.
Yeah, this Aaron is an interesting case. Slavs. Now that I'm done with this, Slavs, you wanna come on? I'll let Slavs come on and tell me more about this craziness that is I can see why people really wanted me to react to this man. Like, the funny thing is like, I could have reacted to him a long time ago. I just chose not to. It didn't seem worth it at the time, but now might be a good time because trying to find new locales. But Slav only. I'm gonna post the link in the chat for him to come on so he can give us more context and so Aaron can crash out even more. Oh no, he said I'm not free. Okay, no problem. That's fine. We'll get you on some other time then. I had to get rid of that because some people like to just jump on. But anyways, so I guess that's my take on this Aaron Fischer stuff. Like I said, people wanted me to cover him for a very long time when I was going at the Zack Snyder fandom, drew his name in the ring. So I'm sorry, Aaron. I got to call your bullshit on that. You definitely have already made yourself the part of the Zack Snyder cult, and that's just what it is, dude. Like, I get it. Like, nobody should be messing with you IRL, but, and yeah, I'm sorry, there is a but that just unfortunately comes with the territory. When you are a public figure, when you are growing your channel, when you have the numbers, you have all these eyes on you, you're gonna deal with some crazy people, right? And I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying that from what I've seen from Critic Chris and from Johnny Dome, because you ain't showing anyone really the craziness, right? You're just telling us it's happening and you're not showing examples. I would love to see the examples. I'd love to see the screenshots of them attacking your family, because I would say definitely disavow that, but I'd like to see it. Right. And you should be showing it in your videos if you're going to talk about it, so your audience can see it, so they just are not taking you at face value. Because I feel like maybe the reason why you're not showing it is because maybe the comments aren't as bad as you really think, that they're not that bad. So maybe you're not showing them because you need your audience to be on your side. Speculation. If he files a lawsuit against them, will you do a follow-up video? Yes, I will follow that lawsuit, because like defamation lawsuits are fascinating as hell, and I would definitely cover it. But I don't think he's going to file a lawsuit, honestly. I think he's just doing this because he's attempting to silence them. He wants to scare them into a lawsuit. And I will say this, because I know Johnny Dome and Critic Chris do follow me. I'll say this to y'all. I wouldn't freak out until you actually get served. They have to find you guys in your respective states, and he has to file a lawsuit in your states, which it's going to be a long time before anything even happens anyways, because if he wanted to rush that process, again, it takes a lot of money. So, dude, like, he needed money to pay for his vet bill, bro. He said he's still paying for it. Where is his money coming from? And if he has to crowdfund it, there you go. There's another people going to question that too. Because, like, where's the lawsuit? Because here's the thing. He's going to raise money, and he's not probably going to get enough money for a lawsuit. And then on top of that, he's going to need more money. Because if you're doing a lawsuit, you need to keep that GoFundMe up for a while and let it sit there, by the way. Here's some advice for people who are trying to do lawsuits and need to GoFundMe, right? Number one, do not take the money out until it is time to pay the legal fees. Because number one, you might get a set price to obtain the lawyer, right? So say, for example, to hire a lawyer, you're going to need $2,000. Cool. Set the GoFundMe for $5,000, because at that point, right, you're going to need to obtain the lawyer for $2,000. Then you're going to need to pay all the other legal fees that are probably going to add up to $5,000 at minimum, right? So then you don't take out that money, because you need to have it open for if you need to increase it for more legal fees that might happen depending on what's going on with the lawsuit, right? Because again, a defamation lawsuit is not going to happen overnight. Some defamation lawsuits have taken years to finally settle, right? To finally have an outcome or settle. Okay. So never cash out that GoFundMe money. That legal fund will always have to stay in that GoFundMe until it's time to actually pay the lawyer once it's said and done, right? Okay, cool. Unless, like I said, unless you need it, the lawyer's like, I need payment now because it's been a month. Cool. Take the money and pay the lawyer, but never take that money out until whatever. Number one. Number two, any extra money, I recommend probably donating to a cause. Any extra money you have left over, probably donate it to a cause. Just donate it. There you go. Donate to a good cause. Since you're a Zack Snyder fan, donate it to AFSP Fund. That's just what I suggest, recommend for the people who are doing that, because the optics look better when you're actually asking for money for something and you're not being selfish with it, because that's the point. We're asking for money for a purpose. If you're seen spending money on things that's not the purpose, people are going to question you. What's more important, funding vet bills or defamation lawsuits? If somebody made a t-shirt with your face on it, like you referenced before, what would be your priority? Yeah, exactly. My priority would definitely be the pet, the vet bills. I would definitely not spend my money on boba tea if my dog needed to have treatment. If my dog needed to be seen by a vet to make sure she's healthy and she's good or whatever's going on with her, 100%, I would sacrifice all the boba tea in the world to make sure my dog was taken care of. I would never ask money for my dog and use a single penny of that money for myself. That money would always go towards my dog. Like I said, if I need money for bills, and I tell you I need money for bills, and I don't make all enough money for bills, like I said, I'm still grinding. Like, I want people to understand, while I had my GoFundMe up and while y'all were giving me money, a lot of that money went towards my bills that needed to get paid. Because there wasn't enough there to always contribute to rent, but I always made a way. I was hustling on the side, trying to get as much money as I can to help, so it wasn't all y'all just putting the money and taking care of everything. I was grinding on YouTube, making a bunch of content. We were clowning on Rican Ranger for a while, and y'all gave me money to help me out there. That's where most of the money really helped me, is the YouTube money, to pay all the bills that I needed to pay. And thanks to that, I was able to at least get myself back, we were able to get back to kind of a good balance. Like, I still need the help. Struggle's still real. For some reason, I don't know what's going on with the job market out here right now. It's been crazy. But, at least I'm being honest and transparent with y'all, rather than sitting here and say, oh, yeah, I'm still paying my vet bills, guys. It's like, bro, the fact that you said I didn't even get enough money there, the scan didn't happen, but I'm still paying all these vet bills, is kind of makes me question things too. And it's none of your business. Well, you made it public. Anything you put out there public is everyone's business at this point. Sorry, it just is. Especially when you're asking fans for money. I always question people who are asking fans for money, because at the end of the day, you are asking people to give you money. And I just want to make sure that money is going towards intended purposes. Otherwise, you are misleading and you're being dishonest, and people have a right to know. If people still want to give you money after they know, that is on them, but they still have a right to know. And from what I see in the comment section, a lot of his fans don't actually give a fuck about what being negative said about him anyways. So what does it matter? The thing is, if your fans started questioning you and started unsubscribing to you because they believe that you might have scammed them, that is one thing. But if your fans are still supporting you and they are on your side, I don't understand what the real problem is. You have people who don't like you. They're going to talk shit. They're going to make videos about you. They're going to talk about you. They're going to clown on you. But as long as your fans are still in your corner, how about you focus on the positive? Mr. I don't do this stuff. These people are toxic and negative. Well, why don't you focus on the positive, Aaron? Focus on the people who still support you, still in your comment section saying, yes, we believe you, we stand by you, still donating to whatever GoFundMe or your channel, giving you money when you live stream, whatever. That's where you need to be putting your focus on, not sitting here feeding into the negativity you claim is happening to you, which I'm not going to lie, it is negative. I can only say claim. Stop focusing on the negative. You are not a drama channel like me. You're not a toxic person like me. So why don't you just show that by not always addressing that? Because now you look like a cry bully. You look like a cry bully. I've been harassed, bro. You have no idea what harassment on the internet looks like. All right? Here's some examples of shit I experienced being a 3K channel. I don't even have the numbers you have, Aaron. I've had people try to dox me. I've had people try to stalk me. People looked at places I used to work before. People trying to actively find me till this day. People literally following me on every social media platform I'm on. People making videos about me all the time. People threatening to put my face on t-shirts and sell them to mock me and ridicule me. People looking into my personal life. People trying to find my boyfriend. Like, I've had that same shit happen to me. For years. And guess what? I'm still here and nothing's happened. People have threatened to R-word me. People have made racist comments towards me. I've had Snyder fans come into my chat and call me a monkey, telling me to off myself, telling me they're going to hurt me, telling me that I needed to get raped. I've been awful things. And you know what I do? I sit here and fucking laugh. I sit here and laugh and I make content out of it. Because at the end of the day, these words, they might hurt a little, but they actually, at the end of the day, especially since I'm a monetized channel, have helped me make money, have strengthened me, where I don't get bothered by it anymore. Like, I used to get bothered by that when I was like years ago when I started. Like, why are these people so hateful? Why are these people so nasty? Like, what did I do? I get called fat and ugly all the time. I don't give a fuck. Do you know why? Because these people don't matter. You turn off the computer, they go away. The more hate you get, the more attention it brings to you. I got monetized because of the psycho people that have stalked and harassed me for so long. I was monetized because of them. They were the only reasons why I got my watch hours, because who was watching more than my fans? My haters. I made $1,000 in 4 days because my haters were so curious to see what I looked like naked. They signed up and spent $20 to see pictures of me topless. Your haters are your biggest supporters, Aaron. I can't stress that enough. As long as you know how to navigate it and react to it, because you cannot control other people. You can only control how you react to other people. And I've said this for many, many years, and people never listen. That's why I might not be as successful as you. But I also know that a lot of these people get bored when I don't give them the reactions they want, and they fuck off. They go away. They disappear. Some of them still hang on like freaking dingleberries on your ass after you wipe yourself. Sure, they do. They hang on your ass. They still mention me here and there in certain things, but notice how it's not as much. I had haters come in here all the time. I had trolls in my chat all the time. I had people trying to get my YouTube channel shut down right now. Like, cool. You have to learn how to just let the noise be noise and focus. You need to focus. Is this drama hurting your channel? Is this hurting your numbers? Are people not giving you money anymore? Are you financially getting crippled from this, or are you just annoyed with it? You're just annoyed, dude. It's okay to be annoyed. Block people and move on. You address it, you fuel fires. Trolls love when you react like this. Trolls love when you make whole ass videos directed at them. Now, am I saying Johnny Dome's a troll or Chris the Critic's a troll? No, I'm not saying that. But you are going to attract a lot more people because they see that this bothers you. They're going to up that up a notch. Oh, well, let's get them to crash out more. Now they're going to fuck with you more. And it's not going to be Johnny Dome and Critic Chris. It's going to be other people who are going to see you having a meltdown and find that entertaining and do everything they can to get you to have more meltdowns. People on the internet don't have to, nor do they normally care about your feelings. They're never going to care about your feelings. James Gunn doesn't care about your feelings. Why do you think James Gunn is still successful? He doesn't spend his time addressing all the people who can't stand him. You would love for James Gunn to address you, Aaron. That way you could use that like all the other Zack Snyder cultists do. Use that and play victim. Oh my God, James Gunn is a big, big public figure. Why is he wasting time addressing little old me? I'm sorry you're upset that people feel like you're a grifter. I feel like you're a grifter as well. I do feel like you're a grifter as well. His channel blew up over the last 12 months, especially after I called him out, and then more followed suit. Of course, Grok said that it was bot subscribers, so not sure what to believe. Well, let's see his numbers. I'll tell you if it's bot. It's easy to tell if a channel is botted or not, because it is possible to go up in numbers in a short period of time. It is possible. You'd have to have a good hit, but hold on. What's his name again? Aaron Fischer. I probably spelled his name wrong too in the thing. I'll have to fix it. Hold on, I gotta go back to his channel. Let's go back to his channel. Here we go. Did I spell his name wrong? No, I didn't spell his name wrong. All right, let's look at his channel. So he has 17.3K subscribers. His videos do okay. 13 days ago, 9K, 7K, 5K. 3 weeks ago, 11K views, 12K views, 14K views. And it looks legit. Hold on, let me look at the 14K views. Yeah, he's legit. Those numbers are legit. You can tell his videos are legit based on the fact that he has 17.3K subscribers, right? His video a month ago got 14K views. It has 1.5K likes and 1.2K comments. So that's a legitimate channel. If he had 17.3K subscribers and his videos were like getting as many views and comments about mine as like my channel was, then I would say It's bullshit. But looking at his channel, these are legitimate numbers. His channel is legit. That 17.3K, he did not buy those subscribers. If he were to buy those subscribers, the views versus the likes and comments would not be there. So I would definitely say he's a legit channel. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to sit here and say he bought subscribers, because I'm not seeing that based on my expertise on what a botted channel looks like. He's legit. So we can not spread those rumors about his channel. Because that's legit. Oh, I see that he's in the chat. Is it actually him though? And he's here. Let's see. It's not about the critics. It's about the harassment, lies, and fraud that are the issue. I couldn't care less about what you think. That it's the personal attacks. If you couldn't care less about what I think, why are you here? Somebody clearly sent it to you because you're just as obsessed with all of this drama. And I know you are, because, dude, I've been there myself. I've literally looked up my name to see who was talking about me. So trust me, I understand when you're obsessed about everything involving you. But it is about the critics, Aaron, because, again, we've watched 2 of your videos about this. It is about the critics. It is about the critics. Everyone has a right to question you about a GoFundMe. I've literally said that. You don't think that people have a right to ask? If you're asking people for money, if you're asking the public for money, everybody has a right to ask. Now, you're right. They could have reported it, but would you rather them report it and have that money frozen so you couldn't get money for your dog, or would you rather them just question it online? You need to talk. We need to talk about priorities here. Would you rather them freeze that money that you raised for your dog's bills, or would you rather them just talk shit and say that it might have been fraudulent online? Because I think I'd rather them not touch the GoFundMe so I could take that money to pay for my vet bills than worry about people talking about it on the internet. But you say you keep it real. Well, I keep it realer, sir. I keep it very much realer. And a lot of people don't like me because of that. But you don't care about my opinion. But I want to make sure this is actually him before I start talking shit. Because, like, sometimes people be coming in here on alt accounts. I need to make sure this is actually his channel. Okay, confirmed. It goes right to his channel. Cool. That's cool. That's cool. Also, I love how he just comes in here and sees the title and just goes and reacts, because that's crazy. I hit a lot of nerves. I don't care. I am one of those toxic people you come across on the internet. That's why I'm sitting here like, ain't no way this is for real. This is the problem. You just got here. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes about you. You just got here, sir. So you don't get to come in my chat and then start telling me what I believe and what's my problem. I didn't say I believe it. I said I understand why people feel the way they feel. You think because you can ask money for a couple $1,000s for vet bills and then go and show that you bought a toy and people have no right to question that is crazy. How would you feel if I was asking, if I said, guys, I have cancer. Give me money for cancer bills. And then the very next, couple days later, I'm on vacation. You're going to assume I spent that money on the vacation and not on the cancer treatments, bro. Everyone has a right. Everyone has a right to question you when you're asking for money. Everyone does. That's the crazy part. And again, you just got here, so you know what my thoughts were. At what point did you come into the conversation? What was I talking about when you came into the chat? As I said, I don't believe that people have to stop their lives because they have a GoFundMe, but the optics will look the way it looks and people are going to question that. I did say that, but I never said I believe it's a scam, but I do understand why people can think that way. You sure can go around and claim that something's a fraud. We 100% can do that. I can say I think it's fraudulent. I 100% can claim something is a fraud. I would just have to prove it, but I can make that claim. I sure can. If you are asking for money, sir, and you're over there spending money on toys instead of taking that money for that toy and paying your bill. And by the way, Aaron, we just watched the video where you literally said that you didn't even make enough money for that bill. So why were you buying toys when you didn't even raise enough money to take care of that bill? Maybe you shouldn't have been buying toys. That toy money should have went towards the medical bills for the dog. So of course I can claim it. I can definitely claim and question it. I can 100% claim that. I can claim that you said Yourself. There's no claim. There's not even a claim. You've said it yourself. Why am I even talking about it as a claim? Did you or did you not say, Aaron, you didn't even earn enough money from that GoFundMe for the vet bills that you're still, as of right now, you are still paying for that vet bill, right? Yes or no? Simple. The answer is yes. We just watched you say it in a video. But again, you cannot, if it's not true, contact GoFundMe. You're a lunatic. Okay, I'll be a lunatic. What, are you going to sue me? Do you know how much money a defamation lawsuit costs, Aaron? Are you going to go fund that too? Because you're not suing anybody. You're not suing anyone. Oh, sweetheart, bigger content creators try to give me this you're a lunatic argument. Do you really want to test a lunatic then? You really want to come here and push my buttons? You really want to start with me? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that, Aaron? You really want to test a lunatic? If I'm a lunatic, you really think coming in here and coming at me is the smartest tactic? If I'm crazy, you think you want to push a crazy person? I don't think you do. I don't think that's the right tactic to do. I already told you what you should do, Aaron. Instead of doing a defamation lawsuit, which is going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars you probably don't have, right? You should be going to your local authorities and filing a harassment complaint against these people, which costs less money to do and could actually get you to get a TRO, which will get you to potentially get a permanent restraining order. But you don't know anything about that. You think threatening people with defamation lawsuits is going to shut them up. It's not. It's going to make them worse. Because again, you don't have the money to file a lawsuit in 2 separate states, sir. Does your lawyer have jurisdiction in other states, sir? Here's the thing. I can sound like a lunatic all day, every day, no problem. But that doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to defamation lawsuits, because I've gone through a bunch of them, through a bunch of different medias. I've helped people online, friends of mine, go through defamation lawsuits when they had them filed against them. So please tell me how much of a lunatic I sound like when you're over there telling people you're going to file a defamation lawsuit when you don't even know where Johnny Dome or Critic Chris live, sir. Where does your lawyer have jurisdiction, sir? Probably only in your state. Did you know that your lawyer needs to have jurisdictions in other states to file lawsuits against these people? Because you can't file a lawsuit of defamation in your state when the people who are the ones you're suing live in a different jurisdiction. Did you know that? Did your lawyer not tell you that, Aaron? Or now do I sound like a lunatic and I'm just crazy? That silence is deafening, sir. By the way, you might want to look into this when you do find out. Here's the thing too, Aaron, if you're still watching, when you do find out what state these guys live in, see if their state has anti-slap laws. Oh, right. You don't know what an anti-slap law is. My state has anti-slap laws. You want to file a lawsuit against me? I'll anti-slap the shit out you, like I said. Anti-slap laws means you cannot file against me. Look it up. I sound like a lunatic. I sound crazy. But I don't sound wrong. Again, understand the law system. You don't know shit about defamation lawsuits. Everybody likes to throw out defamation and libel lawsuits, have no idea what goes into those lawsuits and how long those lawsuits take to even see the court. You do understand that you file a defamation lawsuit, you won't even see a courtroom for months, maybe a year. Maybe a year. And that might get people to shut up about you. Maybe. But don't sit here and tell me that I sound like a lunatic when you're using the law to bully people into silence. Because you are going at your critics. I don't know if these people actually have been harassing you, if it's the same people. Because what a lot of you people like you do is you blame other people on the actions of some random weirdos on the internet. I have been literally accused of having alt accounts and going to people's chats all the time when I'm not doing it. And there's no proof that I'm doing it. But the moment a YouTuber says, yeah, I was over here on an alt account harassing me, just because somebody used my picture that's public and changed their YouTube channel to have my name does not mean it's me. But Aaron's the type of person that now if somebody goes into this chat with my name and my picture, he's going to say it's me without looking into it, without even asking if it was me. he's going to assume it was. I don't care if he left good. I'll still dress him like he's here. I don't care. I sound like a lunatic, but he don't know what the hell he's talking about. Are you implying you're not becoming a member of his channel? Nope. I'm saying it here and now. I will never go to his channel or chat and say anything. I don't do that. And I tell my audience not to go over to other content creators I talk about channels and chats and do that. If I see you guys over there in his chat or his comment section saying anything bad or crazy to him, I'm blocking you from my channel. I don't play that game. If I want to address you, I do it on my actual account because I want you to know it's me saying this to you. No, here's the thing. You're talking about something that you're not proving. You're not proving. You're saying that he's harassing you and saying he's calling you, and you haven't shown a single receipt. It's funny how in the video we just watched, you showed their YouTube channels. And it's also funny how when you were showing Johnny Dome's channel, why did you only bring up the fact that he had a picture of James Gunn as his banner and didn't acknowledge that Zack Snyder was also in that picture? Again, you don't know who you're messing with now, sir. Because I am not the 1, the 2, or the 3. Okay? Zack Snyder is here in the picture with James Gunn in the picture that was on Johnny Dome's banner that in your video, you wanted to just highlight that he's a fan of James Gunn. Didn't acknowledge Zack Snyder. Gee, I wonder why. It couldn't have been that you're trying to paint the picture that Johnny Dome is a James Gunn fan to incite your fans into not liking him. It's not like you would have done that, right? And you again have to prove the connections between all of these accounts. You only stated that the FBI got involved and Chris was a person of interest. He was one of the suspects that you had the FBI investigate, right? And yet you didn't give anyone confirmation of the connection if it was actually Chris that was threatening you. You didn't even tell anybody what the FBI found. So I'm just supposed to believe that you used FBI resources to find somebody who threatened your life, which, by the way, I don't believe that either, sir. Let me explain to you why I don't believe that. I've already talked about it before, but since you just got here because somebody sent it to you, let me just educate you a little bit. I've had to report cybercrimes because there's a website where you can report cybercrimes to the FBI. Most of these people like you usually use that when people say mean words to you on the internet. Okay? Cool. You're with me, right? FBI cybercrimes mainly specialize in actual, like, real serious crimes. We're talking sex traffickers, people who hurt kids, drugs and stuff like that. That's where the FBI cybercrime division really, really focuses on. Mean words on the internet, vague threats on the internet. FBI really don't fucking care about that shit. They don't. And I only know this because I have used that many times before. Many times before. I have been threatened with people wanting to R-word me, bro. And at the time, I thought the FBI, that website, was going to do something about it. They don't. They mainly primarily focus on actual crimes. You're saying the FBI is going to look into it? Okay. You're so freaking stupid. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm so freaking stupid. But yet, you showed it to him, but you couldn't show it to everybody else. Who was it that was harassing you? Did it turn out to be Chris? Did it turn out to be Chris? How about this? I sound stupid. Let me ask him. He's in the chat. Sir, other sir, when he showed you the FBI report, what did it say? What did it say? And my thing is, Aaron, if you're going to talk about it, why haven't you shown it? I can't share it online. Why? It's your information. Why can't you show it? That makes no sense. You know you can show that. It's a document. You can show the findings. You can show that. What do you mean you can't show it online? I don't care what you believe, yet I'm here to say why you believe it. Shut up, dude. This is why I see why people wanted me to react to you, bro. This is why people wanted me to cover you for so long. And I regret not doing it sooner. Because you are literally a DC locale. And I'm here for it. What are you going to sue me next? What are you going to sue me next? Okay, so if Chris wasn't the one making the threats, why do you keep bringing it up? Why do you keep bringing it up that he was involved with the FBI? Like, why bring him up? Because again, you're disingenuous. You're very dishonest, and you are like, in my opinion, you are a dishonest and disingenuous person. You really are. Because like, you are trying to paint a narrative about somebody. You're mad because of your hurt fifis. And now you keep saying, well, he's calling my home and leaving messages. Play the voicemail. Play the messages. You're not even good at making this, like you're not even good at this. I'm not good. Okay. I don't believe you. I feel like you would definitely, you come off as the type of person that would find a template and make it look like it's FBI. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't understand why you're bringing up the FBI thing if it wasn't even Chris who did it. All right. Do you remember seeing that document? Did you? Okay. Do you remember seeing his document? What were your thoughts on it? See, that's the thing. He doesn't even remember. He doesn't even remember what he saw. So he's not 100% co-signing what you're saying there, Aaron. Anyways. You brought it up in your video multiple times. Both videos we watched, you brought it up. You brought it up multiple times. Also, this is how you know this is like Andy Signor, right? You know a YouTuber is obsessed when he can't stay away from anyone talking about him. Obsessed. Obsessed. Never knew who I was before then, but somebody sent him this. Here's the thing, Aaron. If you really want some noise to stop having people send you anyone who's reacting to you or covering you. Tell them to stop. Clearly, you can't take it. Clearly, you can't handle it. You can't. It's obvious. You're not built for this. You think everybody's going to give you like respect and sunshine and rainbows and be nice on the internet? No, we are toxic as hell. We are very toxic as hell, and I don't really care. Everyone has a little bit of toxicity in them. But I don't buy your bullshit. I don't. You've said some interesting things on Twitter. Your hate for James Gunn. Your hypocrisy. You contradicting yourself. Yeah, I don't know. I see why people want me to react to you. I remember seeing email addressing with government addresses. That's all you remember? Well, I find it very interesting. FBI looking into somebody threatening somebody online. Yeah, a little crazy to me. Normally, the FBI don't even bother with that shit. They got actual crimes to actually, deal with. But let's waste FBI resources on some random person on the internet that said something nasty and vile to you that you just can't just block out of your system and just move on with your life. It's worse for females, by the way. Much worse for females on the internet. We get threats of rape all the time. We have like legit stalkers. Oh, well, I guess we can't use you as a source then. Like he said, I sound stupid, but ask the person who doesn't remember. Ask the person who doesn't remember. Good job. Good job. Good job. That's great. Isn't the FBI looking at Roblox now? They should look at Roblox. Roblox has legit predators on that shit. He threatened to kill my family. Well, who? Who was it? Who was it? Why aren't you saying who it was? Because you keep saying he. It wasn't Chris. Right? You just said it wasn't Chris. So you need to stop bringing him up in this FBI thing. Because you're saying that somebody threatened your family, which is disgusting. I don't agree with that, right? Somebody threatened to kill your family, right? Chris was one person of interest, but was it Chris? No. So stop mentioning it. Stop talking about it like it was Chris, because that is what you're doing. You're painting a false narrative so that your audience thinks that now Chris had something to do with the threat of your family. That's very dishonest and disgusting. I don't care how mad you are that these guys are talking shit on the internet. You are now trying to lie to your audience, and you are lying because you're making it seem, and it's a live emission. You're making it seem like Critic Chris was involved with the person who threatened to kill your family by mentioning, guys, these people threatened, there was somebody going around threatening me, and the FBI had to get involved, and Chris was involved in that investigation, but he wasn't found to be the person who did it. So why are you keep bringing it up, Aaron? Stop. You're lying. You're lying. You're trying to make this person seem worse than they are, and that's the problem I have. That is the problem I have. They have a right to question you about your GoFundMe. They have a right to criticize you on your public opinion you are giving on your YouTube channel and your Twitter account. So no, you don't get to sit here and cry defamation when people have rights to question your GoFundMe. They have rights to question your opinion. They have rights to criticize you, and you have every right to address that accordingly. You block them. You don't address it, but now you're like, they've been at me for a year. Bro, I've had people till this day stalking me, stalking my life, everything I do on the internet. Do you know what I do? I don't give them the attention that they clearly want. And they take breaks. What am I supposed to do? And you don't have the money to file a lawsuit, sweetheart. I'm telling you, you don't. I know you don't, because I know how much money defamation lawsuits cost. You're threatening to sue 2 people. Again, not trying to be mean, but sweetheart, you couldn't even afford your vet bill. Vet bills are expensive. Lawsuits double that. You cannot afford to file a lawsuit on 2 people. And you constantly saying it on videos is not helping your case. The moment you say you're going to do legal shit, you shut the hell up. You're literally telling these people to try to get them to stop talking about you out of fear of being sued. You're not going to do it. I gave my lawyer everything. Does your lawyer have jurisdictions in the states that Johnny and Chris are in? Yes or no? Do you already have their personal information to file the lawsuit? Yes or no? Because not only do you have to pay your lawyer to hire them to do the work, you need to pay that lawyer extra money so they can get the resources to find Johnny and to find Chris. Because if you don't have their actual legal information, how are you going to file a lawsuit anyways? So please answer these questions I have, because I'm not making accusations. I'm asking questions. I'm asking questions. Because you're making threats of suing people and you don't even know where these people live. What states are they from? Does your lawyer have jurisdiction? Because I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you the answer is no. You don't have this information. You're making threats on people. You don't even have their information. Here, the smartest tactic to deal with people, darling, is to do stuff in silence. Be a ninja. You don't announce the moves you make to the people you're making it on. Because when you do that, you're just trying to threaten with intimidation. That is what that tactic is. I'm not dumb when it comes to the law and that shit. Move in secret. Never announce people what your moves are. Now you just let them know that a lawsuit's coming. Right? So now what are they going to do? I don't know. Probably start privating their personal information so it makes it harder for you to find them. Right. You always got to move in shadows. You never tell people what you're going to do, especially when it comes to legal. Do that shit behind the scenes. Then once you have the legal stuff all set in place, then you can let everybody know, hey, I already filed a lawsuit. Johnny Dome and Chris have been served. This is what's happening. This is what's been happening. That would have been a bigger video for you. More attention, more applause. Nobody could question you then. Because it's done. It's set in stone. But hey, I sound stupid, right? Not like I haven't dealt with defamation lawsuits before in the past with multiple different content creators. I've been threatened with legal action of defamation libel by multiple content creators. Million sub-channel creators have threatened me, and they can afford a lawsuit. Notice how I've never been sued. Gee, I wonder why. It couldn't be that I know all about defamation libel lawsuits. You're right, though. I am crazy. I sound like a lunatic, but I still know defamation libel lawsuits way better than you do. Like I said, go for the harassment complaint, if anything. I might sound crazy, but I'm still not wrong. Like, I don't know why you're not, like, you're claiming harassment, right? If you're claiming harassment, why are you filing a defamation lawsuit when you're being harassed? Like, you pick one. Pick one. Either it's the harassment you want to go for or the defamation. You should probably, you'd have better chances of doing a harassment complaint than you would a defamation lawsuit. And you wouldn't have to spend as much money, and it won't take as many years as it'll take for you to dump all that funds into a defamation lawsuit. You're going to run out of money for a defamation libel lawsuit before you even get to the point of a verdict there. So you're better off just going for a harassment one. So I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm just trying to actually give you constructive criticism rather than you look foolish talking about a defamation lawsuit that you are not going to have the money to maintain. Especially while you're still paying for the vet bills that you didn't earn the money from that GoFundMe to get. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Sorry if I come off harsh and crude, but sometimes some people don't listen to me when I'm nice to them about it. They just give me attitude. So I've learned to just be a bitch about it. I'm going to give you the raw, harsh truth and the harshest tone I can come up with. And if you don't want to listen, that's on you. Because I'm sorry. I get so tired of content creators threatening legal action and threatening other people and stuff just because you don't like the fucking criticism. You sit there and say it's lies. It's lies. It's opinions. It's opinions based on shit you're saying and doing that they're basing this off of. You can't lie on me. You can't lie on me. Anyone can do whatever they want. But I don't think that they lied on you. I think they had genuine questions and concerns about your GoFundMe. I disagree. I don't think that there was cause for alarm because you bought a toy, but I can understand the optics behind it, why people would question you. You know? But I even said in your defense, life doesn't stop because you got bills. You know? But I'm going to question the fact that you didn't even have enough money for the intended purposes, and you still over there buying toys. Why didn't you put that money for that toy into the fund for the dog? Like, that's what I'm questioning. But I sound like a lunatic, but yet you here. I guess I'll stay a lunatic. I just don't understand why people just don't literally, like, if I'm lying, then research it yourself. Ask your lawyer. Ask your lawyer. You know, just ask your lawyer if everything I said was 100% wrong. Because I guarantee you, like, your lawyer's probably going to be like, yeah, nah, like, we do have to file in their state. We do have to file it in their state. We do have to find them. Ask them how much money it's going to cost for your lawyer to dox Johnny and Critic Chris. I'm curious how much money in your state they charge for doxing, for getting the doxed information. And I know for a fact you kind of sound like a person that would 100% put that information out there publicly. But good luck on that lawsuit, bro. I look forward to hearing about it. I look forward to the update there because I'm telling you, you're not going to file a lawsuit. And what are you going to file a lawsuit on me? Oh, good luck. Good luck. I wish somebody would. That'd be great content. Great content to get sued by somebody. He probably left. I think I pissed him off enough. I swear, I always wonder if people cry about internet drama aren't getting it from their patterns at home. I mean, I don't cry about internet drama. I thrive on internet drama. Everyone's like, he's here. I'm like, okay, he's here. He ain't gonna say anything new. I knew he was gonna say that I'm full of shit. I'm crazy. That's the normal. The Snyder fans, especially, they call me that all the time. I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, I'm a toxic. I'm a Zack Snyder hater. Yeah, I get that all the time. I love it. It's great. Personal attacks is out of bounds, though. There are people out there that are nuts and could be doing it. I've stated on my channel many times that it should not happen to him or anyone. I mean, I agree, but it does happen. Thank you for the $10, Shay, for the superior streamer. Yes, I am the superior streamer. Thank you. He didn't run away. I won't say he ran away. Like, what is he gonna say? Like, what is he actually gonna say, though? Like, I knew he was gonna say I'm crazy. Same thing that they all say about me. They say the whole thing, but like I said, they're all new to me, and all they hear is a very loud, foul-mouthed content creator talking shit on them, and they're gonna say that I'm crazy. Damn right, I'm crazy. Like I said, you really want to test a crazy person? Go ahead. I am crazy, but that don't mean that you should be messing with me. Don't test me. Don't test me. I'm a crazy one. I mean, here's the thing, right? I've gotten to the point on the internet where I stopped expecting people to be nice to each other. That's why I'm the way I am, right? That's why I meet the toxicity where I'm even with the toxicity. That's what it is. I give the toxicity right back. I give people the same energy they gave me. So I've just accepted that these people are never going to be nice, and I'm just not going to be nice back. Like, I don't care, because again, if the roles were reversed, I don't expect these people to give me the same kindness. Like, if this was me and Aaron's situation, I know Aaron would come at me. Aaron would 100% come at me, as he should. Like, if I am doing something that comes off as dishonest, just like he comes at James Gunn. He doesn't like James Gunn for what he's doing to everyone has a right to feel that way. Aaron just feels like he's the exception to the rule because he's not a big Hollywood celebrity or anything. Like, he's not a director. He doesn't feel like he deserves that treatment. Well, you do. You are. And everyone has rights, man. Just like you have the right to file a lawsuit, people have rights to make fun of you for it. You know, personal attacks, like, man, I get personally attacked every day. I stopped caring about that too. I don't tend to try to make personal attacks on people, but if you make a personal attack on me, I'm petty. I will 100% make a personal attack on you if you make a personal attack on me. That's just what I do. So I'm not really beyond being petty. I'm 100% petty. But do I do it initially? Do I go for personal attacks right away? Absolutely not. I would never personally attack someone first. I would only attack somebody personally as retaliation. I would tell Aaron to take the court privately and knock off the internet drama. I mean, yeah, that's why I said he's just fueling it. That's what he's doing. He's fueling it. That's all he's doing is fueling the flames. And, you know, saying, oh, I'm a victim. These people are harassing me. Like, bro, people say I harass them because I cover them on my YouTube channel. It's not harassment. I have an opinion. I'm going to give it. If I feel like I want to call you out on something, I'm going to do it. It's not harassment. If you feel like it's harassment, report my channel. You know, report the authorities if you feel like you're being harassed. Stop using the internet and YouTube as your court of law, because the internet will act like they care about it, but they don't. So it's kind of like one of those things where, like, okay, I guess it's harassment then. So if I start doing coverage on Aaron, I guess I'm harassing him because I'm giving my opinions. Oh wells. Man came in here and called me crazy and a lunatic. So, like, he is attacking me now. Should I feel attacked, guys? Should I feel attacked? I don't know, guys. He came in here and called me a crazy lunatic and said I sounded stupid. I feel personally attacked. He's attacking my intelligence. I feel personally attacked. I might have to file a defamation lawsuit. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. He has to prove that I'm stupid, guys. I'm going to sue him. You know, Aaron, stop calling me stupid, or I'm going to sue you for defamation and libel. That's not true. I'm not stupid, and you can't prove I'm stupid. Nothing you're saying about me is factual and based in reality. I'm going to file a lawsuit. I'm going to send my lawyer the screenshot of you calling me stupid and calling me crazy and a lunatic. I'm going to have my therapist tell you that I'm not crazy. I just have a borderline personality disorder, okay? I'm not crazy. I will sue you for calling me crazy. That's defaming me. You're defaming my character now, and I will not stand for it. It's not right. You're a toxic, horrible person for saying that. I'm going to sue you. You see how easy that is? Now, am I going to sue Aaron? Hell no. Why would I waste money on suing somebody on somebody saying something mean to me? You know what's funny is that's a legitimate claim. I could literally sue him for calling me crazy. Because he'd have to prove that I'm clinically insane. Like I'm a lunatic, right? He has to prove that I suffer from some condition that makes me in that category, bro. I'm stuttering because I'm playing a game now because I got bored because Aaron left away. But I'm just saying, like, I guess I could sue him now for calling me crazy. I guess so. I guess I'm gonna have to. That's funny, man. I don't know how many times people call me crazy and a weirdo. I am crazy. I've never denied that I wasn't crazy. He can't sue me now. I admitted I'm crazy. Shit. I should have kept my mouth shut. I threatened legal action and then I incriminated myself. I should have never admitted I was crazy. Now I can't sue him for that. Shit. I messed up, guys. I messed up. Real Anarchy for $9.99 needs crowdfunding for the vet, but has cash for lawyers. I'm wheezing. That comment worth the super chat. For real. That's what I'm saying. Oh, I know Ben. Me and Ben go way back. Ben, it's been a while. I missed you. How's the wife? How are things? How you doing? How you living? But no, for real though, like dead serious. Him saying he's gonna file a lawsuit when he was asking for money for vet bills is, I'm X for doubt. It's not happening. You don't know what you're talking about. I got the FBI's email right here. Again, he's very dishonest. Very dishonest. Sorry, that's just my opinion. Very dishonest person. But anyways, holy crap, 3 hours I spent on Aaron, not from Bat in the Sun, Aaron Fischer, guys. That is who he is. I look forward to being updated on this lawsuit. I will probably follow it if he keeps making it public. But there you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm hungry. I gotta find something to eat. I gotta make pancakes or something. I want boba so bad. So bad. But I'm probably not gonna eat, to be honest with you. Because like I'm hungry, but I actually don't want to make food right now. I'm being lazy because I've been eating pancakes, y'all. I've been making good pancakes, but I don't want to eat pancakes right now. I don't want to make pancakes right now. So, all right, I'm gonna go. That's it. Yep, more popcorn for us. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The fact that Aaron came here too, like, why do people do that? You're just giving me more content. But anyways, if he makes a video about me, I will literally die. I will literally die if he makes a video about me, guys. I will die. I will laugh so hard, but I'll react to it. Oh man. This rant is where the pancakes. Yeah, but I don't want to make the pancakes, guys. Toronto Freddy says we're all here, but we ain't all here. I feel you. Donald for $5. This is very this was very crazy. Hopefully you're doing okay though, Ray. Here's some money for your boba tea. I appreciate it. I'll get that money next month. Appreciate y'all though. I mean, I am definitely not okay. I am definitely not okay, but I'm still going to make content because, again, the show must go on, does it not? But you guys have a great rest of your day. Appreciate everyone coming here. If you're new and you like this crazy content I'm providing, please hit that like, subscribe. If you don't like it, hit that unsubscribe, hit that dislike button. Either way, it's engagement. And let's see. Let's do. I know we're talking about Zack Snyder stuff, so let's do. I love doing the Skywalker the Jedi. Y'all. If y'all don't know Skywalker the Jedi, he's another one. He's another one. But anyways, y'all have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.
Yeah. Ski Walker's head looking rough. I grab a lot. Claims he's got the scoop, but the truth he forgot. Chasing Snyder dreams, Netflix on the line. Delusion running deep, yeah, he's out of time. Restore the verse, he screams to the sky. Promises are lies, built to defy. His noggin got bumps, his story's got cracks. Living in a dream, never facing the facts. Zack Snyder's shadow, he prays for a call. Netflix ain't listening, not at all. He's a Jedi in name, but Sith in the brain. Deception on repeat, driving fans insane. Bumpy head wisdom, smooth as a rock. Telling tales tall, ticking off the clock. Says he's got sources, but it's all smoke. Just another joker, spinning the joke. Keyboard warrior in his basement throne. Claiming he's connected, but he's all alone. Snyder cut dreams, they're all he can see. But reality's a mirror and it's screaming flee. Restore the verse, he screams to the sky. Promises are lies, built to defy. His noggin got bumps, his story's got cracks. Living in a dream, never facing the facts. Zack Snyder's shadow, he prays for a call. Netflix ain't listening, not at all. He's a Jedi in name, the Sith in the brain. Deception on repeat, driving fans insane. Bumpy head wisdom, smooth as a rock. Telling tales tall, ticking off the clock. Says he's got sources, but it's all smoke. Just another joker, spinning the joke.